Just let your soul glow. Just let it shine through. Just let your soul, baby, feeling oh so silky smooth. Just let it shine through. Just let your soul glow. Soul glow.
That means that we punched our ticket to go try to win a Super Bowl, and that's it. We got one game at a time, starting at 1 o'clock on Sunday. Love y'all, boys. Love you. Love you. I'll go to war with every single one of you, every game, all right? Love you, 1-7. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Win.
Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong, I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth, can't put me down, I'll be getting loud. You can have your doubts, not what I'm about, have your fucking clout, it be raining now, I keep making sound, go another round, bitch I'm legend bound, can't stop me now. You don't wanna fuck with me, a slow burn like a disease. Just tell me that I can and I'll show you things that you couldn't believe. Just tell me that I can. 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 It's showtime.
Welcome to the Mafia Sports Report. I'm your host, Tommy, to the highest degree, to the TOP, from the 313. What is up, Bills Mafia? Here we are, man. Here we are. Boy, oh boy, Bills Mafia. Yesterday, I'm still not totally over it, right? I'm still finding myself trying to figure everything out. What happened in that game? And honestly, a lot happened in that game wrong, right? There was some good, but ultimately, man, Josh Allen had one of his poorest performances in the playoffs, with the turnovers. Also teammates of his didn't step up, didn't make crucial catches at the right time. There was a lot that went wrong in that game outside of Josh Allen. It wasn't just Josh Allen. I want to make that clear. I'm getting a lot of comments about Josh Allen. Guys, for as poor as Josh Allen played, we still had an opportunity to win the game. He still delivered the ball to players like McCole Hardman, like Brandon Cooks, who could not complete the catch, right? And then also, obviously, we got to sprinkle in the referees. Really, really bad calls, really bad no calls. Look, even the Broncos probably got hosed on a few. And I know some Bronco fans are talking about the hold in overtime in the end zone. Yeah, if you go back to that play, definitely. And the game would have been over. It would have been safety, and they would have walked off the field winners. But I just felt like more bad calls and no calls went, our way, right? It went against us, let's say, right? But once again, that's just a sprinkle of why we lost. That's just very a little bit why, right? That's just added more fuel to the fire, right? Of craziness. When it comes to this team. Let's get to some of your comments. Once again, guys, I'm here today, obviously, to do a watch party for the Patriots Texans. Why not? I'm a football fan. I'm going to continue to watch football regardless if my team's in it or not. And a little bit of Bills Mafia therapy session today, just to kind of kick it with your boy Tommy today, and for me to kick it with you guys on this dark, cloudy Sunday, man. It's really too bad that we didn't get the job done yesterday, but Being a Bills fan since 1989, I'm used to this roller coaster ride that we've been on, that I've been on. And I've been through worse. I've been through way worse. Obviously, wide right is number one on my list. The Super Bowl losses were heartbreaking. After that, after the wide right, the other three. Music City Miracle, 13 seconds. And then obviously, today or yesterday. It's tough. McDummy, McDummy. What's going on, Weston? Cromer's retiring. Yeah, big loss. How many coordinators and coaches, are going to wind up leaving before you guys get the clue? Like, we got guys retiring. We got guys mutually agreeing to leave, like Leslie Frazier. We got guys like Dable who couldn't wait to get out of town. You got guys like Chad Hall, our former receivers coach, who couldn't wait to get out of here. Yeah, man. Look, man, I'm not a fan of McDermott. I never will be. I think his time has been over here in Buffalo. But for whatever reason, the owner wants to hold on. He wants to hold on. He's going to continue to hold on. And we're going to continue to get results like this. And I'm not saying McDermott is all to blame here. Once again, I try to look at the big picture. I try to look at everything, everything on the painting, right? I'm not just focused in on one area of the painting, or even you want to call it the puzzle, right? We got many missing pieces in this puzzle, right? But for me, McDermott is the biggest piece, right? And you got to get rid of that guy. You have to fill it in. And for me, it starts with McDermott. And if Bean has to be a casualty on top of that, that's fine too. And I know a lot of you guys want Bean gone. I don't think he's ultimately the biggest issue here. I still think it's McDermott. McDermott is the one that calls the shots. McDermott is the one that ultimately, agrees to the draft picks or is with Bean. He decides who's going to be on the 53. He decides what players that he wants Bean to cut. This is his scheme. This is his defense. By the way, the defensive scheme is broken. It's been broken. We haven't had a 10 sack guy since Leonard Floyd, who was only here in 1 year. Miserable. We're paying all these guys in the offseason to be edge rushers, and they can't even produce. We're drafting guys defense all the time. They're not producing. These are all McDermott guys. We're drafting guys undersized for the defensive line because that's what McDermott wants in his defense. And we're getting used and abused at the line because we have small defensive linemen. He doesn't believe in a true one tech. It's been a problem, man. I'm hurt too, man. And now we're going to have to go find ourselves a new offensive line coach. We're going to have to find ourselves a new offensive coordinator. And more than likely a defensive coordinator. I think Babbage also will be thrown under the bus as well, which is probably deserved. He didn't do anything here. Joe Brady was a disaster. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I never was a Joe Brady fan. I thought he was okay, but I wasn't drinking the Kool-Aid, right, as they say, right? I just wasn't sold on him. I thought he was very predictable since day one. I thought his offense was very vanilla. And then, of course, when I look back, when I really dialed it back and look back this season, at Joe Brady and the history of Joe Brady and why he got fired from Carolina, it all made sense. It's everything I've been saying over the course of 2 years about Joe Brady. And there was articles written, and it's almost like I wrote them. Like I wrote them, right? And it was like, wow, this guy's saying exactly what I've been saying. And that was years ago. It's crazy. And then really honestly, to go back and look at Stephon Diggs, when Joe Brady took over, his numbers plummeted. Why? How is your number one receiver not being a focal point of your offense anymore when Joe Brady took over? Why is that? And don't give me because Stephon Diggs got an attitude all of a sudden. Stephon Diggs was producing numbers before Joe Brady got hired. when Ken Dorsey was here, Stephon Diggs was doing just fine. And all of a sudden, Joe Brady takes over, and it's a new scheme. He wants to do this, and he wants to, have everybody else involved, blah, 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 blah. And then also now you're pissing off your number one receiver, and now he's not getting targets. And then, of course, Josh Allen's going to buy into it. And of course he is. He's going to go into whatever McDermott and his offensive coordinator tell him to do. And here we are today. So, yeah. Tommy, going to the draft? No. I went to the draft in Detroit, and it was miserable. Where's the draft going to be, by the way? I don't even know where the draft's going to be. I'm ready for the draft. Yeah, we'll be talking in the offseason about all drafts and stuff like that and free agency. And by the way, don't buy into the cap. There's going to be about, from everything I read, we could probably get about a little over 50 million, which isn't crazy amount. I think they said 54 with a couple moves. Josh Allen, a contract. They could do something with this contract. There's a couple other players they can, give some bonuses to and extend. And there's ways around it, guys. So don't get caught up in, oh, my God, we don't have any money. Oh, we're going to have about 54 from everything I read online. If Bean makes these moves or whatever GM's here, I don't know if Bean gets thrown under the bus. I'm almost thinking McDermott is to a point where, and he's done this before, he is in like desperation mode where he doesn't want Terry Bagula pointing the finger at him now, right? So he's going to continue to throw people under the bus. I wouldn't be shocked if Brandon Beane is one of those people, right? So he can kind of, shift the blame over to Brandon Beane. Anyways, this game has started. So New England has the ball first and 10. Run for Stevenson. No gain on that one. Tommy, I'm waking up here yesterday. Sorry if I said anything wrong or about your mama. Did you? I don't. You said something about my mama? Man, don't you want to talk about my mama? No, I don't think you said anything. I don't think you said anything about my mama. And if you did, whatever. I could care less, bro. Words usually don't trigger me like that, dude. But I don't believe you did. I want to say this. I don't bite my tongue for anybody. I'm going to respond to everybody's comments for the most part. The only time I'll boot you guys or remove you from my channel or whatever, block you, is if you go overboard and you get extremely stupid with your comments. And that's super rare. I usually let a lot slide here because I understand it's opinion based. I'm not forcing my opinions on anybody. 3rd and 10, they pick up about 7 on a screen. New England's going to go ahead and punt the ball. Texans are already got a 3 and out that quick. We'll see if Patriots adjust in this game. They got a good coordinator in McDaniel, so I expect him to do that at some point. I'm telling you guys how to beat Houston. You got to go up tempo. You got to throw different looks at them. You got to go up tempo. You got to keep them guessing more. You got to keep them from substituting. You got to basically try to wear them out. That's how you beat Houston, in my opinion. We'll see what happens here, in this game. Now, Houston's offense is terrible. I got to tell you guys, I hate Houston's offense. No Nico Collins today, which makes it even worse for them. Not crazy about the running back, not crazy about CJ Stroud. They're just very average at best. So it's really their defense that's been carrying that team all season long. And it could carry them to the Super Bowl. But no, Josh Allen, second non-McD, whatever I think you switched your name. All right. Coaches don't want to be here. No, they don't. They don't. Coaches are trying to get the hell out of here. It's sad, but it's true, man. Nobody wants to be under McDermott. McDermott likes to, once again, he likes to throw the shade at other people except for himself. He likes to point the finger at everybody else but himself. And once again, I'm not saying he's all to blame for yesterday's loss. And I'll be honest with you. I get Allen had a bad game. I'm with you guys there. But who told Allen to go aggressive with 15 seconds left to go in the first half? What a fucking dumb idea was that, McDermott? He even said at halftime, going into the locker room when they interviewed him, he wanted to go aggressive. Aggressive with 15 seconds with a shitty-ass offense? Let's be real here. What was Allen going to do? Who he was going to throw to with 15 seconds? We didn't have playmakers like that. You know what I'm saying, guys? We're at the 30. Like, what did he want to do there? It just makes no sense, Boy, almost an interception by the Patriots, by the way. Man, the Texans offense stinks, so they're 3 and out. They're going to punt. And it actually was a good pass by Stroud that was just dropped. And the Patriots almost had an interception in and out of the hands. So, poor job by the receiver, in and out of his hands, and then in and out of the Patriots' corner stand. So, Tommy, I can see that last play. How could you call PI on White? The first was not. Yeah, so Cam Lewis's one was terrible. The Trey White one, okay, you know what? Kind of. I think he got there slightly early. I could kind of buy into that one. But what people all are forgetting in that whole thing, there was a 15-yard roughing the passer penalty. So even if they don't call that, it's 15 yards for roughing. They got a first down plus 15 yards, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like, for me, the craziest calls in that game was the Cam Lewis, I thought was a terrible call, the PI. I thought Brandon Cooks got held in overtime on that deep shot in the end zone, which would have put us first and goal at the 1. We would have won that game. I thought clearly he was being held. I thought the Brandon Cooks catch that turned into an interception was definitely a catch. Go back and watch that. And what people are forgetting to bring up, and Bills Mafia knows this, was Xavier Worthy last year against the Bills. We had the same thing happen. Xavier Worthy, they were fighting for the ball, came down with the ball actually hit the ground. They called it a catch. Very similar play. They called it a catch. Everybody saw that and knew that ball hit the ground. Right? And it was a 50-50. They both were fighting for the ball. But yet, they gave it to the receiver, and it still hit the ground. That shouldn't have been a catch. So I have no idea anymore what a catch is and what's not a catch in the NFL. It's disgusting. So I totally disagree with the whole series of events that took place there on that play. I think there was a lot of BS calls too, a lot of no calls that should have been called. Like I said, it goes both ways. I'm sure Denver got hosed a little bit too. The play in the end zone was holding for sure. I looked back, I saw that. They missed it, okay. But I felt like they missed way too much on our end. Way more, right? And crucial plays. So call it how you want it. I think they're also to blame on that. But and Allen did miss throws. He did. I mean, listen, I'm not. This isn't me on here, defending Josh. This isn't the Josh Allen defending show, right? I'm not going to do that. This isn't that type of podcast. I'm not a rah-rah Homer type fan where I'm going to sit here and tell you guys Allen's the best, everything's great, McDermott should be here for another 25 years, we have the best offense, our receivers are like, our offensive coordinators are the best in the league. I'm not going to do that, right? That would be totally fake and lying. You guys don't want to hear a bunch of bullshit lies, right? So I'm going to keep it real, right? But I'm also going to tell you if I disagree with your takes. I got people commenting on me about Allen being Allen has too many letdown games, or Allen, again, he can't perform when the big lights hit, and all this crazy talk. But yet, Allen is probably one of the best quarterbacks ever in the playoffs statistically. He doesn't have those type of games often, guys, but he has the one game, and then, of course, everyone's like, oh, my God, Allen, yet another terrible game. Like, Stop, guys. Like, I'm going to defend that. Because no, he hasn't. How many great games has Allen had compared to bad? Like, are we really going to go there? Right? And once again, we got a guy who's carrying this team the whole way, every season, it seems like, into the playoffs, carrying the weight of this garbage-ass team. Let's be real. A lot of bad players on this team, right? Or subpar players, right? Especially on the offensive side. Guys can't catch the ball. Guys can't separate, right? Guys can't make plays when needed. We don't have a go-to guy. Offensive coordinator is a total fucking joke. How many first downs are you going to run the ball? Are you going to run the ball on first down? How many times are you going to do that? And why were you doing it constantly in the overtime? Run, James Cook, first down, run. James Cook, first down, run. James Cook, first down, run. Bro, the Broncos were expecting it every single time. Why not do a play action there, Joe Brady? I'm not even offense coordinator, but at least I can see the game, how it's going, and go, bro, the Broncos are definitely selling out here on first down for the run because they know you have ran the ball on first down like 90% of the time in this game. And really all season long, that's been your MO. Run on first down. Play action on second down. Run on first down. Play action on second down. Run on first down. Screen pass on second down. It was Joe Brady's theme all season long. And defensive coordinators are like, okay, yeah, this is pretty easy. He's going to run on first down. They're not showing any different looks here. In overtime, same shit. Right up the gut. No yards. Basically, we were giving away a down. Terrible. You know what I mean? So I'm going to defend Allen as well. You know what I mean? Like, guys, what do you want? Like, and I don't like the whole argument, and I'll talk to Dan tomorrow about it, because Dan's argument is, you get $50 million, $55 a year, I expect you to be great, perfect. Like, bro, this is the NFL. This is the ultimate team sport, man. You got to have everybody doing their job. You got to have the coordinator doing his job. You got to have a coach doing his job. By the way, the Patriots have scored a touchdown. Touchdown, New England, man. Just like that. May, and I don't know who he went to there. Douglas. All right, so that's a touchdown already. New England on top of the Houston Texans, 7-0. What will be 7-0 after the extra point. Ruh-roh for Houston. Houston better get their shit right. You don't want to get down because their offense is not good enough to bounce back. But yeah, man, that's all I'm saying, guys. Like, it's just it's crazy to me that you guys think because a player's getting Allen is getting paid, he has to be perfect, no matter what. Like, okay, guys, it's not realistic. He's gonna have a bad game. He's gonna have some games where, he makes mistakes. But guess what? That's where your teammates pick you up. That's where your teammates show up for you. That's where other people step up and help you out, right? Why is Allen always the one to help everyone else out? Why? Because he's paid $55? Who gives a fuck about that? It doesn't matter. You know why? Because it's in Allen's character anyways. Like, Allen's going to take... Guys, every single time we've lost a playoff game, regardless if it's Allen's fault or not, Allen takes all the weight. He takes all the blame. All the weight on his back, right? My fault. I could do better. I should have done better. Even if it was a perfect game. Even if it was a great game by Josh Allen, doesn't matter. He takes the blame. What do you want from the guy? It's so funny. People are just like, like, he knows he played bad. He went out there, bro. He cried on the podium. Players were crying for him. Why? Because they know that dude leaves it all out in the field. That dude protects his teammates. That dude protects his coaches. That dude protects everyone in that building. He has all the pressure on him, and he takes it all. Regardless if he plays great, okay, or bad, it doesn't matter. He's a man. He owns up to his mistakes, even when they're not there, even when he doesn't need to. And y'all want to point the finger. Y'all want to laugh at him. Y'all want to say he's trash. He's this, he's that. Stop it, man. And then they got the other argument. Brady didn't have. Stop. He had a Hall of Fame tight end. Stop it. He had a Hall of Fame head coach. He had one of the best coordinators in the NFL in McDaniel. Stop. Shut up. Andy Reid, Patrick Mahomes didn't have anybody. He has one of the best offensive-minded head coach in NFL history, Andy Reid. He has he has a future Hall of Fame tight end in Travis Kelce. He had at one point Tyreek Hill. But once again, he has that stuff around him to make up for maybe not having top-tier players around him. But they still had Hall of Fame players surrounding him. Name a guy, one guy in this offense, and Stephon Diggs, that actually is a guy that you go, yeah, that's the guy right there. That's the playmaker. There it is. You can't. So, it's crazy, bro. It's just crazy. The slander that Allen's receiving today. I get he played a bad game, but y'all acting like everybody else played great and Allen played. It was all on Allen. It's mind-boggling. I don't see it. I don't see what you're seeing. I don't think it's right, and I'm gonna call it how it is. Whatever, man. I'm not being done. I'm not being done. What happened to T.J. Sanders bust? It's too early. It's too early for that. I'm not going to go there with any rookies this year calling them bust. Okay. I will say this though, Keon Coleman, he's a bust. This 2 years, right? If you can't take a next step in year 2, for me, if you show no progression, 0. Matter of fact, he regressed. He's a bust, right? I tend to give 3 years on players before I go that route. Because even Eric Moulds took a couple years to actually get to where he was as to me, the best Bills receiver in Buffalo's history. But it took him a couple years, right? Before he even got to that point of being the best, right? I believe he was drafted in 96, if I'm not mistaken. And his breakout year, I believe, was 99. So it took him a little bit. So not every player comes out the draft just on fire. Sometimes players develop a little bit slower. So that's why I would say give a 3-year rule. But if they regress after year 2 and they didn't show much promise in year 1, yeah, I'm going to probably call it early. And Keon Coleman was a major disappointment. And I actually wanted Keon Coleman to get drafted here. I was wrong. So yeah, TJ Sanders, I'm not going to go there yet. Bean missed opportunities to pick players. I think Bean's biggest fault was free. To be honest with you, I don't think it's so much draft. So I kind of disagree with you guys on the draft takes. We always draft late. I think his biggest fault is free agency. I think free agency has been a disaster. First down, Houston. This is huge. To the 30, to the 26. So Houston is in New England's territory at the 26. Yeah, so Houston is in New England territory right now. So big play by Houston and Stroud right there. But yeah, I think Bean's biggest failure so far has been free agency and pulling off trades. He pulled off one with Stephon Diggs, and really since then he hasn't made any major trades. All the time, we're rumored in every single major trade. We never do it. I would like for him to start moving on from draft picks, stop hoarding draft picks, and use some of those picks to actually trade for a player that is impactful. We don't do that. I would like for him to trade up at some point in the draft, and we don't do that. We trade back. Dan is pissed off. I'm upset. I'm not happy. Like, Dan's not the only one, right? I'm sure. Listen. Dan is a diehard Bills Mafia. I'm diehard Bills Mafia. I mean, guys, this is like, that's my passion, right? The Buffalo Bills are my passion. This is why I have a podcast. I've been doing this a long time, right? Like, I'm not a newbie here. So yeah, I love this team, right? So yeah, I think everyone's upset. Everyone's mad. Everyone's trying to point the finger at somebody right now, right? But guys, I try not to do that too much. I used to do that early on in my podcast days when I first started, or even as a fan before I even was doing podcasts. I point the finger a lot without really stepping back and really looking at the big picture and really look what's going on, right? And not just focusing on one player, right? Or a single performance or game. Boy, almost an interception there by the Patriots again. It's going to be 3rd and 6 coming up for the Texans. Boy, that's the second time C.J. Stroud almost threw an interception. I'm going to get to all your chats, man. What up, Christy? Yeah, I'm watching right now. You guys are up 7-0, so almost an interception by the Patriots. Like I said just a minute ago, it's crazy. Huge thanks for your service. We need these. Yeah, man, no problem, man. You know, I mean, I appreciate you guys as well. You know, you guys are kind of like my therapy as well, right? We kind of need each other in these kind of dark moments of, you know, playoff losses. Ravens for life, y'all. Who y'all got? New England or Houston? By the way, I do have a poll going on right now in the chat. Who do you guys got winning, Patriots or Texans? Right now, we're at 28 votes. 64% has the Texans winning, 64% and 36% has the Patriots. So right now, a lot of people are leaning towards the Texans. We'll see if that changes. All right, thank you, Kaya. I appreciate that. I still mad about the refs' intelligence. Yeah, I want to talk about that in a second. Let's wait for this drive to end. I think they were definitely. I don't know about Rob, but I think the refs definitely had their part in why the Bills lost. I think they played a little bit of a part in that. I think the Bills played a bigger part, though, you know, with all the turnovers, the dumb decision-making. You know, I explained going for it with 15 seconds left at your own, 30? Why? What were you doing? What were you expecting to do? We don't have players like, you know, Kelsey or Tyreek Hill to get down the field with 15 seconds. We just don't, right? Like, what were you expecting to do there? You know, even Romo said, man, that this is why I said they should just kneel the ball here, go into halftime. Like, nothing's going to come good out of this, right? And nothing did. A fumble as well. If something came good out of it for Denver, right? The second half fumble, I'm not going to even blame Allen. That was a bad job blocking. It was a free runner. Allen did not see him. It is what it is, man. I mean, that you got to give credit sometimes to the defenses too. Defense did their job there. Offensive line did not. And I think Shakir was supposed to chip block that a little bit longer. He did not. And it was kind of a free runner. So you better not be talking about my mama. Yeah. You talking about my mama? Oh my God. Yeah. I don't think anybody talked about my mama. I don't recall that. But that is a funny, that was funny, man. What up, Tommy? I'm listening to these people saying Josh is a bum and that Lamar is better. And that's because Mahomes is not in the playoffs. Easy. The playoffs is never easy. Exactly. You know, everyone wants to listen. It's funny. Misery loves company, right? You guys know that. Right? That saying is legit and real. Touchdown Texans, but there's a flag. It might be on New England. Let's see here. Let's see here. Nope, it's on Houston. Illegal shift. That's huge. So it's going to be 3rd and 15 coming up, I believe, for Houston. Man, that's a huge penalty. Or let me see here. I'm sorry. I mean, how many yards is it? Let me see. They're 3rd and goal, but they need. Let's see what they need here. Where were they at right there? No, they were at the 2. So it's going to be 3rd and 7 coming up. I believe it's a 5-yard penalty. So still an opportunity here. But yeah, bro, it's crazy. Like misery loves company, right? A lot of people that are you know, yeah, they're about the 7-yard line right now. So a lot of people that are talking the most trash are from fan bases that aren't even in the playoffs, right? You know, way off. I don't know what throw that. I don't know where Stroud was going there, but field goal unit coming up here. Field goal coming up for the Texans. 4th and goal. Let's see if Houston can at least get on the board here with a field goal. So, anyways, yeah, it's crazy, man. look, man. They're also talking about like, oh, no, no Lamar, no Burrow. Burrow hasn't been in the playoffs for years, guys. Okay, Josh Allen's 2-0 against Lamar. So stop saying like they had this easy ride to the Super Bowl this year. Like this team was so great that the opportunity was there for a Super Bowl. Let's be real here, guys. Were you guys not watching the same team all season long that I was? At one point, by the way, the field goal is good. It's 7-3 New England. At one point, you guys were all saying the Bills are going to be one and done in the playoffs. The Bills may not even make the playoffs. Like, guys, trust me. I do a podcast. I know, right? I know my audience. I know what you guys are typing. You guys saw the same thing I saw. This wasn't a great Bills team. This might have been one of the worst Bills team to go into the playoffs, right? I thought the defense played better down the stretch a little bit, but the offense still was shaky. We still had no weapons for Josh Allen. We're out there picking up Brandon Cooks from free agency. There's a reason why Brandon Cooks got cut from New Orleans, guys. I mean, he was okay. I'm not going to kill him, but come on. He was a Band-Aid. And we had no choice. Of course, we brought back Gabe Davis. I like Gabe, but come on. Right? Josh Palmer, garbage on the bench. Hurt all year. Even if he was on the field, garbage. Curtis Samuel, garbage. Khalil Shakir is the only guy I will say was a guy I could count on, a positive guy. I felt good going into the game, right? Like, okay, that's a guy that could step up, make some plays when needed. But even that, I still knew we had no vertical threat. We had no all-around really good receiver. We didn't have a number one. We didn't have a go-to guy. And the offense was clunky all year. Joe Brady was not good all year. I don't care if it says we were top 5. You guys saw this offense. You saw it when against better defenses. It was bad, right? But we got into the playoffs. Why? Because Josh Allen, once again, carries this team on his back, right? Noah Josh Allen's team's a 4-win team, right? But everyone wants to ignore that. Everyone, he's a $55 million man. He should be winning playoffs. Like, it's just a bad take. It's a bad take. Can we give the guy his dues? He's gotten to a playoffs every year. He's been our quarterback, except for his rookie year. Since his rookie season, 2019 and on. It's playoffs, right? AFC Championship, divisional game. He has not failed us often. Did he have a bad game yesterday? Yes. But how many of those has he actually had in the playoffs? Not many, guys. Not many. How many times has the defense let us down in the playoffs? Almost every year. I think every year. Right? Come on, let's be real. Right? How many players have dropped passes by Josh Allen in key moments? By the way, the Patriots just fumbled, but they did recover their own fumble. But we want to focus and shift the blame to Josh Allen because he's the easy target, right? He's the easy target. It's just, it's craziness. How about we just go out and get him some help, right? Is that okay? Is that all right? Like we don't talk about that, right? Like fans don't want to talk. Like we don't want to talk about that. We want to ignore that. We only want to talk about that, at times. But we don't want to bring it back. Like, why? Why is it okay that everyone else has, weapons on their team? Why is it that everyone else has good coordinators or a good a head coach that knows what the fuck he's doing? Right? We don't. Josh Allen is the best player in the world. I would say he's the at least top 3 quarterback. Almost intercepted. Yeah. Clear holding on the Bills in the end zone. Yeah. I'm with you. Listen. I'm not saying. I don't know if you're a Bronco fan and you've been watching. I told you guys, and I've been saying this. I'm not saying the refs are what caused the loss here. I'm just saying the Bills got hosed a little bit more than the than the Denver Broncos. And yes, that was a hole in the end zone. They missed it. Absolutely. But the Bills got way more bad calls or no calls their way. Of course. You can't deny that. Anyways, I got Mikey on. I can't believe it. Mikey is on. Holy.
Hey, what's up, brother?
What up, man? How you doing, brother? I didn't know you were coming on. I didn't even know you knew I was on.
I get notifications.
Oh, notifications.
I hit the bell, so I know when you go live.
How you doing, brother?
Good. I missed last night's post game, so I figured, Tommy's on. I'll go hop on and talk some football with him.
You did. Yeah, I figured I'd do a watch party / Bills Mafia therapy session. Looked like a fumble right there, and Patriots do recover. Got lucky, recovered at their own 2.
That was the difference in the game yesterday.
Yes, it was.
Every chance we got to cover either our own fumble or their fumble, we couldn't do it, and they jumped on it every time.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm glad you're on. So, couple things, I guess
Okay.
we'll
I was listening.
All right. Okay.
I wouldn't say yesterday Josh had a bad game. Josh made some boneheaded mistakes, but we don't put up 30 without Josh. Josh made some amazing plays. It wasn't a bad game. It was just,
Yeah, I kind of said that last night, Mikey, in the post game. I didn't think it was his worst game ever. I didn't think it was his best. I thought he had some bad moments that really was not normal for him to do. But I also feel like
there was one really bad moment. That was right before the half.
No, but I don't even blame. See, that's funny. I don't blame him for that. I
don't blame him for going for it because that's just what Josh does. I do blame him for not protecting.
But that's not his. But that's not his decision, Mikey.
It is his decision to run with like a loaf of bread.
No, listen. Yes, that is. But listen, that play never happens. 15 seconds.
We just kneel.
Correct.
Yeah. I know.
So here's my thinking on that whole thing. You got 15 seconds there. You're at the 30, our own 30. 15 seconds. Granted, 3 timeouts, whatever. 15 seconds. This isn't a Chiefs team back when they had Hill and playmakers and Kelsey where you're going to get guys going downfield, getting wide open. We don't have that here. We didn't have it all season. What made them think all of a sudden in 15 seconds we're going to be able to drive the ball down the field, get a chunk play, and the call time? You know what I mean? Like, we weren't built like that. You know that. Everybody knows that. So I don't understand the thinking there where it's 15 seconds. Bro, just kneel the ball, go into halftime. You know you're a better second half team anyways. You're going to adjust. Just go in,
You're down by 7. You get
down by 7. Exactly. So just and all the momentum on that. Why do that? And then Allen takes off, and he's of course trying to be superhero, right? And being careless with the ball, right? And bad shit happened. Even Romo was like, I don't get why they did in the game. He's like, I don't even understand why they did that. So to me, I think Allen's partially to blame, but I hated the play call. And even McDermott going into the locker room was like, I wanted to be aggressive there. Why? We don't have the team to be aggressive there.
With 15 seconds and no timeouts, that made 0 sense.
Right, we had 2. We had 2 timeouts. We had 2, but it doesn't matter.
Whatever.
But you're at your own 30. You don't have a playmaker. We have not. You know what I mean? We don't have guys like that. So I'm not even really killing Josh so much on that. I think the floating pass was on him for sure. He floated that one. Normally Allen darts that pass. I don't know why. It was a good play on the defender, but normally he rifles that in. And he would have had it if he would have normally did what he normally does, which is rifle that ball, whistle that ball in. He would have got it.
No, Steve's right. We didn't have any because Cam got hurt before that.
Oh, okay. See, I thought we had 2, but okay.
And Cam's injury used our last time out. That's why I thought for sure we were kneeling on it.
Huh. Okay. So I thought we had some. So see, then that's makes it even worse.
Zuzu, we have to figure out, what do you consider a bad game? What do you define a bad game? The dude had multiple touchdowns, let us down to get points, and the defense gave it up again. At what point do you call what's a bad game? His 4 turnovers?
And one of those
three of those.
One of it.
3 of
the
those.
Interception is.
There was 2 interceptions. One.
Yeah, but one of them.
Listen, it was the ball was a little bit behind him. He had to layer it over the safety. It's why he didn't dart it.
Uh-oh. I think Mikey froze. Mikey, you froze, brother.
I'm back. Am I back?
Okay. All right. You're there. Yep.
So sometimes that happens, right? The interception that was a catch that I still can't figure out how it was an interception reminds me a lot of that Rams game years ago when we caught it and the guy ripped it out of his hands and did a interception. Remember?
It reminds me more of the Worthy play of last season.
Yeah, or that one
with Cole Bishop. It's almost as same as that play. If you really
Mm-hmm.
go back and look that play, it's the same thing. Two guys fighting for the
And
ball.
they called it a catch
the only
and
difference,
pass interference.
exactly, and the only difference is, and the biggest difference is, the ball hit the ground in that case. Like, it was even more obnoxious, and they gave it to the Chiefs. Like, when are we ever going to get something like that thrown our way? That's the other thing too. It's like, just like, calls just don't go. At least big plays like that just don't. They go. I don't get it. I don't get what the refs are thinking. For me, when I look back to that play, I don't give a fuck what they say. I looked at that play a million times. I could not sleep last night because that play was bothering me. Bro, he caught it. He had possession. His knee hit. The guy was on him at that point. That's it. You're done. He came down with the ball. He had possession. The player fell on top of him, still had possession, then moved the ball around, got the ball. To me, it's already, the play is done once you hit the ground and lay on top of him. That is it. He had possession at that point. And I felt like the refs just totally missed that. And I want to show something. Listen, they'll never do this. The NFL will never bring this to the NFL. They simply won't. But I want to show this because this is interesting. And this is what I wish they would do. I really do. So I'm gonna pop it on the screen. Let me see if I can pop it up here. Okay, Mikey, are you here? Okay, you are here. Let me see if I can make it better for both of us. Where's Mikey? Okay. How can I make that?
I don't think he does. Oh,
okay, here we go.
He got his knee down. I think it's an interception. What the fuck is CJ doing?
CJ's doing CJ things. Let me see here. His knee's down. Did he maintain the catch all the way
and
through?
What was it on the white? The problem, I don't know what the fucking catch is.
It looked like the ball moved on the way down too. The knee is in, bro. But the ball for me hits the ground at the end there. But his hands are underneath. I don't know. That's a. They're gonna have to look at that.
Catches anymore.
Yeah, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I'm just trying to see. Look, he doesn't. Well, I don't. I can't tell there. But anyways, I'm gonna go to this. It's gonna go on commercial.
Crazy all this is whoever wins this game is going to the Super Bowl because Jarrett Stidham's not.
I know.
Leading them to a.
Yeah. No. They called a bad break there. They called a terrible break. All right. So I don't know if you remember this, but the XFL. So when the XFL did their replay system, right? They would actually go into a booth where the camera crew followed them. As fans, we got to see what they're seeing, right? So I'm going to go here through this.
At the catch at the sideline. I've got a really good look. I've got control, and I've got the right foot down and bound. So we're just going to give you a new spot. So we're going to go to the 46. It's going to be 1st and 10.
First and 10.
It's going to be on the right hash.
Right hash.
And we're going to go on the ready for play.
And we're on the ready. So 1st and 10 at the 46.
So that's one example. There's another one here that I want to show you. There's one right here.
Let's go to our line feed and get a spot.
Dean, I had some traffic there. I can't hear you.
Yeah, Mike, we're looking at the catch at the sideline. I've got a really good look. I've got control, and I've got the right foot down and bound. So we're just going to give you a new spot. So we're going to go to the 46.
But you see what I'm saying here? Mm-hmm. So I love the fact that they take you in the booth. You're seeing what you're seeing as a fan, and they're explaining it to the ref, and they're really explaining it to us. Okay, here's what I see. Here's what we get. It's a whole different set of eyes. These guys are all up there in a booth. They're paid to do that, right? They're not they're not going to be subjective. Boom. Here's what I see. And I would have been totally okay with that. If they did the replay like that And they said, here's why. This is not a catch by Brandon Cooks. You know what? I'll have to deal with it, right? At least you explained it to me. You showed the replay. You showed the ball movement. Whatever you want to do. I'll buy into that. But the fact they'll never do that. They will never do that. They will never show what's going on. And I hated that whole breakdown. I understand McDermott's frustration there, but he didn't need to call a timeout. It was pointless. He just wanted a bitch. You know what I mean? I understand the frustration, but they weren't going to overturn anything. They weren't going to look at anything. And I just feel like the NFL has to figure this out, because like you said earlier, what's a catch? I don't know anymore. I have no idea. I have no, what's not a catch? What's a catch? What's this? What's that? Like, there's so many. What's pass interference? What is it? I mean, if you go back in overtime, Mikey, Brandon Cooks got held in the end zone. We should have had first and goal. Clearly held onto his arm. Right? That is a PI all day. They didn't call it. They didn't call it. So, once again, what is a pass interference? What is it? Right?
And they call Tron for it.
They call it, yeah, and they called Cam Lewis for it. In overtime, they called the Trey White one. I'll admit, I think he got there a tad early, but even that was a little ticky tacky. If you're gonna let
it should have never got to that point.
Yeah, I know. I agree.
I get they were a lot of Broncos fans are saying he was held in the end zone and should have been a safety. I agree, but you know what? It should never got to that point either. It should never
correct.
See what you want? He was holding him and he grabbed his arm on that deep pass to Cooks.
No, he was. Yeah, definitely.
Like it was the whole thing is wild. To let them play all the way up.
By the way, Texans got the ball. You're freezing up, Mikey. Quite a bit. You got wind over there? Crazy weather today? Oh yeah, you're locking up on me. Fumble by May, by the way. May was rolling out. I don't know if you saw it on your end. Texans got the ball back, so big turnover by the Texans. But look, it's not all about the refs. Once again, we made some bad mistake. If Josh hits Dawson Knox there, we're talking a different story today, right?
Did you go back and look? Did you go back and look at that?
I did, but I didn't go in there. The all 22 wasn't out. I only saw the replay, but I didn't see much more than that.
He overthrew him because the defensive lineman had his hand up in the throwing lane. He had to get it over the hand of the defensive lineman.
Yeah, he still overthrew him, though. I get what you're saying.
If he throws it like he's going to hit him, it's going to bounce off the lineman's head or hand.
I get it, but I don't know what you do. I'm just saying it was overthrown. Like, regardless of the fact, he missed that. He also, he missed a couple plays.
Okay, he missed a couple plays, but that one I'm not putting on Josh. Like, he made the throw he had to make to try to get in there. Just there was no lane to make that throw.
All right. I think if he goes back, he can make that throw again and make it count. In my opinion, I think Josh.
Wait till you go back and rewatch that. It was there was no arm angle to get around that arm.
I got you.
Like, he had to throw it high.
I thought he did the screen pass was poor to Shakir. That was a touchdown. Low.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Can't do that.
That.
You know what I mean? So there were some throws that I wish that I know he.
Yeah,
and man, I felt. Yeah, of course. And man, did you watch his press conference? I felt terrible. I felt so bad for that kid, man.
I had a hard time watching his press conference.
Bro, they all cried. And I'll tell you, and I keep telling people why everybody was upset in that locker room, guys. Because I can already picture what happened. Josh goes in that locker room. He's visibly upset. He's bawling already there. And his teammates are bawling because he's bawling. They understand that dude puts his team and the franchise and Buffalo on his back. He has the whole world against him at times, it seems like. And he just takes it and he takes it and he takes it. Right? And then the moment he has a bad game, you know what I mean? It's just like everybody's piling on top of him.
See?
And it's like, it's for...
It was, see, I told you. No, that's what everyone's
saying. Oh, okay.
See, I told you.
Yeah. And it's just like, and that not only that, it's just like, I don't get why, once again, why people can't see the reality of what's going on here over the last 3 seasons, right? Even more, right? But I'll say 3 at least. Allen has absolutely taken this team on his back and carried this team to places that no other quarterback, maybe Mahomes, maybe, right, could have taken this team to. And nobody wants to talk about it. Everybody wants to just keep that silent. I mean, we bring it up here and there, but we don't, me and you, but I'm talking about outside. Everybody else kind of brings it up here and there. But the reality is the reality. Bad defense, right? Doesn't get no help from his defense. He has no offensive help outside of receivers ever since Stephon Diggs got let go. He has an offensive coordinator that did honestly a poor job. I'm sorry, and a head coach that is not good enough. And yet he continues to carry this team. He continues to take the hits. He continues to go to the podium every playoffs and put the blame on him. Right? He doesn't point anywhere else. He takes it like a man. Right? And bro, I think eventually people crack, bro. And I think yesterday, bro, was his time, bro. And I think he let all his emotions out in that press conference. And that game was tough, man. And the other thing too, my point is too, Mikey, everybody thinks like this team was like this Super Bowl bound team this year. You're lying, because we know. You know why I know, Mikey? We did this podcast all season long. We have Bills Mafia in here going, this team's trash. This team's one and done. This team's done. This team's offense is terrible. This team's this. The defense sucks. Like, nobody truly believed this team was a Super Bowl caliber team. The only reason you guys got your hopes up a little bit is because Kansas City wasn't in the playoffs. But outside of that, this wasn't a great team. This wasn't a team destined to make the Super Bowl. Not like this. Yeah, exactly. We didn't even win the division. You know what I mean? So like the fact that you guys just think like, oh man, it was an easy run. Like, these teams are trash in the play. Like, no. Yeah, we had the best quarterback, but these teams are good, right? For a reason. We only had 3 Pro Bowlers, guys, for a reason. 3. We have teams. We're going against teams with 6 and 5 and 7 and 4. Like, Baltimore had 9 or something crazy like that. Like, people don't get that, and I want to, that's all I'm saying. All right, let's hit that train horn real quick. It's just frustrating, Mikey, man. That's all. It bothers me, man.
I get it.
It really does. Hey, thank you so much for the super chat, man. Seeing how the players seem so emotionally devastated after that loss, how can we possibly bring this regime back? And I agree. Look, I like Bean. I do. Me and Mikey are probably one of the few people left that still would welcome him back or want him back. We're more on the fire McDermott side of things. But I'll be honest with you guys. If it meant McDermott and Bean had to go as well, I'd be for that too. I would have no issue with just going goodbye to everybody if that's what it took, right? If that's the only way it took to get rid of McDermott, Bean had to go to, fine, right? By the way, heads up, guys, Aaron Cromer gone. I don't know if I told you guys that early in the podcast. He's retired. He's out of here. Here's another coach that went and left or retired or wanted to go to another team because of, honestly, I think and I feel, Sean McDermott. They get tired of him. They get done, tired of the same old thing, tired of the same old voice, tired of the same old scheme. Nothing's changing under McDermott. You guys want to point the finger at Allen. It's McDermott, guys. It's McDermott. It's always been McDermott. And for me, this last loss, I'm not going to solely put it on McDermott, but this is a team loss. Like, that's the other thing, too. I'm tired of you guys saying it's Allen. Guys, once again, for as bad, and I'm not even saying as bad as Allen's playing, for as many mistakes as Allen did make in that game, the mistakes he did, like Mikey's point, we still had an opportunity to win the game. When we had the opportunity, players let Josh Allen down. McCole Hardman, drop pass. He makes that catch, we're in field goal range already. Just like that.
But on that route, why are you fading? Cut the fucking route. You're a professional receiver.
Right.
It hit you in the fucking chest
and he still had the ball in your hands. He still dropped. Like, why? There was not even a player around him.
What are you doing?
Right. What are you doing? And then I'll be honest with you. The Brandon Cooks play, like I said, I do think it's a catch. But man the fuck up and hold the football. Man up and fucking grip that ball.
Don't let him take it from you.
Don't let it straight. Yeah, bro, you had it. Like, secure that motherfucker, right? Because then if you guys are fighting on the ground with it, then they have no other reason but to call it a catch. But since you were pretty much let go, it almost seemed like he just gave up, with him ripping the ball away and just maybe assumed it was a catch. I don't know. But you can't do that. You hold that motherfucker. He let us down. He also let us down on a couple other drops. Like, there's a lot to go around the room, guys. It's not just about one player in this loss. Coaching as well.
The same line every year. Gonna carry the team. Please just get it done. Fuck up about what you need. I bet you anything this offseason, Josh walks in and says something. And the reason why everyone was so emotional, because they were all fine until they heard that Josh was emotional, and he said he felt like he let the team down. And then, like, that ended Dion's, piece of it.
Yeah,
he just couldn't talk about it anymore. It broke him. I think Josh just got fed up. Listen, at the end of the day, second half, the defense stepped up, right? We're doing their job. Josh gets them the fucking lead. What did McDermott and Babbage do? They went right back to that fucking soft zone defense. They stopped attacking and let them go downfield.
4-point lead. All you have to do is get a stop there. There's very limited time left. Couldn't even get a stop. And what does Josh do, by the way, guys? Drives us right down with a minute left. 55? Kick a field goal. 55 seconds it was. 55 seconds left. Yeah. Goes down, gets a field goal, takes us to overtime. You guys forgot about that, right? People that are hating forgot about that, right? Forgot about that the defense let basically them score in about a minute, right? And we come down and bounce back right away and tie the game. Like, it's craziness. The defense did play better in the second half. I'll give them their dues. But in the crucial time and crucial moment when we needed them to step up, they didn't. They made mistakes. On that Trey White play, though, Bosa did have a roughing the passer. They're going to get 15 yards regardless on that play too, Mikey. So just a heads up on that. You know what I mean? We're getting penalized anyways. We're not bringing it down to where we're at, but we're still in the red zone now. I mean, not red zone. We're still in the field goal range at that point. So, you know what I mean? I don't think that was
Hardman. That was on Hardman. Go back and watch that route. He cuts it off and he doesn't put a hard 90 on it. He rounds it off and fades. Josh was supposed to throw it.
Yeah, once all 22 comes out,
we can agree to disagree on this, but it is what it is. We can agree to disagree on how we see the game played.
Yeah, I'm seeing it. Like I said today, man, Dan Mitchell weren't really attacked. Josh Allen. I'm going to be talking to him Monday about that. I just totally disagree with his take. His take is, and I just so disagree with his take. Well, his take is he's paid $55 million and he should be able to be perfect, and I disagree. I don't care what you're paid. No one's perfect in life, bro. It doesn't matter.
Dan to be perfect being a podcaster. He's not.
right,
no one's perfect.
No, you're going to have your off days. But you know what? When you have your off days, you expect people to pick you up, right? For instance, sometimes if we come on here as a podcaster, there's a great point they brought up. Maybe I might have an off day. Maybe I'm feeling a little bit out of it. Mikey might carry the show. Or Mikey's a little bit out of it, and I carry the show a little bit better, right? We got to pick each other up, man. We're that's what we are. We're a team, right? Now, if I'm a solo act, okay, it is what it is, right? Like, that's on me. I'll take the L. I'll take responsibility. But once again, and I bring this up a lot, the NFL is the ultimate team sport. The ultimate. You need everybody to play at their best in order to get what, Mikey? A Super Bowl. There's only one team. Only one that does it every year. One. Mm-hmm. You got to be absolutely perfect to get there and win it. It's very tough. It's difficult because everybody has to play perfect.
We're lucky.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, Waze, I'm going to ask you a question. You said Dan was right. Last night it was a Josh Allen problem. The defense made the Broncos punt and OT. Name one other quarterback outside of Patrick Mahomes that's going to win with that fucking setup.
Yeah,
tell me it's a Josh Allen problem. He put up 30 and couldn't win again.
Right, 30 points, guys. Like I said,
perfect?
man.
No,
right.
He wasn't perfect. But is it a Josh Allen problem? No.
Yeah, that's a terrible. That's just a bad. That's a bad take.
Great one.
Yeah.
No,
it's a bad take. Not only that, look, and then people want to bring up I'm getting the other thing like Tom Brady. I'm getting the Patrick Mahomes, players that didn't need. Because when I bring up, hey, we need help, he needs help. The common thing is, and I say it all the time, and guess what? I never get a response back because I know that my opinion's pretty strong and almost I feel accurate, which is, okay, you want to talk about Patrick Mahomes not having everybody. Let's say, okay, Hill left. I don't believe that's true. He has a future Hall of Fame tight end, one. Do we have a future Hall of Fame player anywhere else besides Josh Allen on his team? No. Right? That's one. Two, he has the best offensive-minded head coach in probably NFL history coaching there. Offensive coordinator, head coach, Andy Reid. He's going to know how to dial up. He's that good. We do not have that privilege here. You want to talk about Tom Brady? What did he have, Mikey? The Hall of Fame Rob Gronkowski. He had somebody reliable. He also had Mike McDaniels, who knew how to call a perfect game for Tom Brady in that offense. He also had reliable receivers. Let's not forget about Jules Edelman. Let's not forget about Walker. Those guys were very good. So don't give me like these guys had nobody. They took their team to the Super Bowl. They also had defenses. Are we forgetting about their defenses? The Patriots defense was legit. The Chiefs defense carried them the last 2 Super Bowls. Has our defense ever carried this team to a Super Bowl? No, they can't even. They barely carry us anywhere. So I hate that talk as well, right? It's not about one particular player, and that's what I'm going to talk about, Dan, on Monday. It's very unfair to point. It's very unfair, and it's very easy to point the finger at Josh Allen on losses. It's very easy. And I think that's unfair when you have to really step back and look at the whole situation and just be like, hey, he's paid this much. He should make it work no matter what. And that's just that's not reality, man. You could be the greatest pizza maker, but if I give you the shittiest oven in the world, your pizza's going to be subpar, guys. I hate to tell you that. It's not going to be the greatest pizza in the world. You still got to have a good oven. You know what I mean? You still got to have the tools in the shed. Right? You can't go build a house with shitty-ass tools.
Okay.
Right?
And Tom Brady, when we left, and he went and he had Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Rob Gronkowski.
Right.
Like,
a
what
good defense. Right. I mean, guys, we once again,
was
we
Josh
will counter this.
No. Did Josh make mistakes yesterday? Absolutely he did. Was Josh Allen the biggest problem? The team wins 4 games a year. What are you talking about?
Right. You guys forget that. A lot. I mean, I don't know how you forget it.
He also had Antonio Brown that year that he won the Super Bowl.
Oh, it's right. Antonio Brown as well, who's still a damn good receiver, right? I mean, stop. It's just nonsense. He didn't have his best game, but we still had an opportunity to win the game. And there was players that let him down, including the defense at the end, including our coach, right? Bad, just not good. And guys, once again, we're going in year 10 now with Sean McDermott. Do you really think things are going to change? This is going to be the same. This is why me and Mikey keep telling you guys this. This is why I really don't get too upset anymore with playoff losses, because I'm kind of growing used to them with Sean McDermott. I don't see a different outcome each season. I don't see a change in McDermott's philosophy or the way he is going into a season. Maybe, I just haven't seen the growth as a head coach. I haven't seen anything that tells me McDermott is going to, he's changing his ways, or maybe he's thinking differently how the defense should be ran, or nothing. Everything is the same with McDermott, right? And the same draft picks. It doesn't matter if we get rid of Brandon Beane. He's going to want the same type of player. You guys think it's Beane? Watch. Beane's fired. I promise you it's going to be the same small type players, undersized players, right? Players playing out of position, because this is what McDermott wants. And you guys are going to go, oh, man, the new GM's terrible. You're going to say the same thing. I promise you.
Because it
doesn't matter.
New GM. It's going to be one of Beane's assistants.
It's going to be Gray, who's going to just be, yep. Y'all mark my words. Y'all think it's Beane. You guys watch. The next man up will have the same results. It'll be the same type of drafts, the same type of free agency. I promise you. But, you guys will live and learn. You'll live and learn. You'll find out real quick. It is what it is. But I will say this.
Also, let's
go ahead, Mikey.
Let's do this.
Mm-hmm.
Keep blaming Josh. Let the fans turn on Josh. Watch how fast Josh asks for a trade, and then see how you guys feel about it. When he goes to a competent head coach who can actually and put it all on him to have to carry.
Right.
The players said it themselves after the game yesterday. Josh didn't let us down. He's carried us all year.
Right.
It was on us to step up for him, and we failed him.
Exactly. Yeah. You know who doesn't say that? Sean McDermott.
Locker room.
Sean McDermott doesn't say that though. Right? Sean McDermott won't say that.
I think McDermott is going
to
push Bean under the bus too, and he's going to be out the door this offseason.
I'm telling you, like for me, it's pointing in that direction. For me, McDermott wants the blame shifted elsewhere. He wants to push it away from him as much as he can. And Bean is the fall guy. Bean is going to be the fall guy, and everyone that's going to buy into this bullshit is going to be like, yeah, Brandon Bean's fired. Now we're going to get the right. Okay. We will find out. But you're going to find out real quick.
You know who our
that
best
you're absolutely
lineman
wrong.
Was? A fourth rounder. Deion Walker.
Yeah. Yep. And what I say about Ed Oliver, guys, I told you guys, watch. He's going to come back. He's not going to be ready. Interception. Terrible throw. Yeah, he got hurt, but I'm just saying, like, pretty quick, his knee. Touchdown, New England. New England goes up 14-10, pick 6. Yeah, terrible throw. Now, I think he got hit when he threw, so the ball kind of hung in the air.
That, dude.
Yeah, bad decision. But this is the problem with Houston here. Their offense is not good. So if you can get up on Houston, you're in good shape, man. And that's what New England's doing right now, man. They are making Houston's offense look even worse, man. They are bringing the pressure.
With McDermott.
Always, guys. Yeah, exactly. 4 point. Yeah. Why can't you hold there? Give up a touchdown?
Well,
I mean,
not only that, but you
man.
changed your defense. All second half, you were pressuring him and making him look bad. Then all of a sudden, you decide to sit in soft zone. Like, what are we doing here?
I read something the other day, or something today, actually, about our pressure rate. I think we had 47 pressures, no sacks, something like that. Like, I mean, that's the other thing. Guys, in this scheme of McDermott, we never get home. Why is that? Why do players leave this team and succeed? Defensive players. Why do they play better? Why do they go to another team and get more sacks than they ever did here in Buffalo? Why? It's a scheme issue. It is. It has to be. I can't. There's no other way.
It's not just one player. It's multiple players.
Multiple. Right.
Jerry Hughes. Poona Ford, Tim Settle. Like, you can go through numerous players.
Yeah. It's wild to me. I've never seen it so bad. So I can't wait for the day for him to be fired, man. But I don't know if it's ever. No, I don't think so.
Houston has as many points as Bills had at the half. Isn't even over. Yeah. But that game was also really fast. Like, the Bills had 3 possessions in the first half because each team took a half a quarter on their first drive to get points.
You know what no one's talking about either, Mikey? I noticed no one's even brung it up, right? All this Allen talk, all this other bullshit. How about the fact that the Bills offense was rolling right away, go down, they score, they get a stop, they're going down to score again, and James Cook drops fumbles. Yeah, James Cook. By the way, 7 fumbles on the year, most in the NFL for a running back. Nobody wants to talk about it, right? Nobody wants to talk about how momentum swung at that time, how the Denver Broncos took that fumble and went down and scored a touchdown right away, when we could have either took a lead at 14-3 or 10-3 at minimum, right?
Yeah, because we
just like that, right off the.
We're already in scoring.
We're in the 30.
The undisciplined defense that we constantly have. We get a, just like in the Atlanta game, we get a fumble, but because he has an undisciplined defensive lineman who jumps off sides or can't line up on sides, like, where is the discussion about his undisciplined defense for this mastermind defensive guru?
Right. By the way, too, on the fumble, on the Allen fumble, how did Edwards not get that ball? It's the only one around it at the time.
I'm telling you, that's what I'm saying. Every fumble that hit the ground, we could not get back.
I think Allen was even looking at it like it almost looked like he was like, all right, we're good. He's going to land on it.
Pointing it at him.
Yeah.
You pointing like, hey, get it.
How do you you felt you're the only bro? He was the only guy at the time around the ball,
How about
and he
on
just
the
like
sack fumble?
doing.
Dion and them just watched it. Didn't even try to go get it.
No, I know.
They just watched it.
Wild. Right. I mean, I don't get it, man. Lack of effort there. We're just, and you're right. You know, they fumbled like multiple times. We cannot recover. You know, it's wild, man.
Weston, hit us up. Absolutely. If you want to hop on during the draft, come on.
Yeah, no problem. Yep, absolutely.
Love to have you. You know? At least we didn't go out like the 49ers did yesterday. I don't know. I almost wish we would have gotten crushed. Because the heartbreak was horrible.
No, I don't want. I never want to see us get crushed. It is terrible. It's heartbreaking in a way, man. But I don't know, Mikey. I'm just kind of getting
on the
familiar
4 turnovers, though. Put context on the 4 turnovers.
Right. And for me,
Josh
though,
got blindsided and fumbled. You want to say you want to put 2 on Josh? Fine, I'm okay with that. Two of them were on Josh. One of them was a catch that they called an interception, and one of them was a sack fumble where the guy didn't even see him coming. What is the exact supposed to do with that? He put it in his receiver's arms, and his receiver couldn't hold on to it.
Right. Yeah, and once again, though, to my point, and what people are missing too is, even with all the turnovers that we had, right? Even if you want to say Allen, we still were in the game. We still had an opportunity to win, right? And when we had the opportunity to win, who let us down at the very end, guys? So, okay, fine. You want to put it on Allen for the first whatever part of the game, and Allen did this, Allen did that. At the end of the game, when it mattered the most, who came up clutch? Who, right? Allen did. Who didn't? Players around him, players that are dropping passes. Why are you ignoring that? Why are people just letting that slide? Like that's okay. We would not be talking right now about a loss if McCole Hardman catches that. If Brandon Cooks actually just mans up and holds that ball there. Right. We're not talking about that. You know what we're probably talking about? Hey, Allen needs to be a little cleaner in the AFC Championship game. Can't do that, right? McDermott can't be doing that dumb shit before the half. That's all we're talking about. We're not talking about Allen. Allen was so bad. I can't believe We're not saying that, guys, right? We're saying what? Allen made some good throws at the end. McCole Hardman, wow, what a great throw to him. What a great throw to Brandon Cooks there. But we're not, because the guys didn't come down with the catch, right? So come on, man. Like, what are we doing here? I just don't get it.
I like this one from Buff Dad. Does McDermott owe it to Allen to step down like Tomlin did?
I wish he would. I really do. I wish he would man the fuck up.
And yes, Bills fan or Bills Mafia Madden. Yeah, there's plenty of blame to go around.
I think it's a team loss.
We haven't even gotten to Tehran, who just got abused yesterday.
Oh,
that was one of the worst games I've seen Tehran. And
Tehran
Jane Jackson, one play, and you gave up the lead.
Intercepted again by New England.
And I'm going back and I'm putting that on McDermott and Babbage. How do you have a man-to-man with a backup 5th string corner?
Yeah, and bro, shout out to their coach, Sean Payton.
Yeah, he went right.
This is what, and guess what? We don't do in Buffalo.
And same with
we don't do that. Same with Savage. They attack our weaknesses right away. We don't do that here, guys. Nobody ever wants to call that out. Nobody ever wants to, bro. We have guys go down. It takes us forever to attack their weak spot, or sometimes we don't attack it at all. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's what good coaches do. Ours don't do that.
You have to explain the 4 real bad throws to me, because there's 2 that me and Tommy have talked about today that I don't put on Josh. The one to McCole and the one to Dawson Knox. Explain the other ones to me. 4 turnovers, 2 of those weren't on him. So, but they get attached to him, so that's fine. Fan how you need to fan. If you need to blame it on Josh, blame it on Josh. Just know I don't agree with how you see it.
This is what we want to see, Mikey. This is what we want to see from our head coach. This is what you're talking about. I'm gonna play it because I have to. You ready? Here we go.
I'll answer whatever questions you have.
Just your thoughts about
I have no thoughts about it. Anything else?
low moment for the offense like that.
And it's apparent what it is.
Like, did this team quit today on you? Did you feel?
No, they didn't quit, but there's not very much talent on the offense. None. That's my fault. I picked them. I thought I could play with them. I'm probably the wrong guy for this job, I'll say that.
Honesty, baby. This is what I
Probably
want.
better off getting somebody
You won't
else.
do it. That's what I want.
I don't know now.
Are you thinking about
Yes.
getting out of it?
Yes. I don't have it anymore. No, I wouldn't quit right now. But if I was fired, I'd quit right now. Other than that, I wouldn't quit right now. I have no...
management about it?
Mike, when you say it, what is it? You just said I don't have it.
No, I don't have it anymore.
Chris Dick,
They broke me down today. I'm a believer.
Chris Dick, you seem to be hurting yourself.
As I said, God puts people in places for reasons, and he probably put me here to be humbled, and I deserve it.
Mike, you say, could you change your mind tomorrow? Could you wake up tomorrow and feel differently, or do you think you're pretty convinced that...
I just don't see us going in the right direction with the offense. And that's my
it's
job.
never gonna
that's
happen,
my
dude.
responsibility.
Never
Right.
gonna
I feel
Don't
that
you
I've let
wish
them
you would?
down, and I think in turn they've
I
let
would
us
love that,
down.
but it's never gonna happen.
We don't
All
have
right.
any playmakers. We don't have people who
love
make
that.
plays.
Doesn't
when
it sound like
chances
us?
are there.
No
Throw the ball
playmakers.
deep, it's there to be caught. It's not caught.
Right.
Play the ball short. It's there to be caught. It's not caught. It's just, we just don't have people who make plays. That's what this game's all about. I mean, you can't play the game any other way. There's no difference in this football game right there. What's the difference? We threw the ball deep, dropped it. They threw the ball deep, caught it. What's the difference? You tell me. There's no difference.
Love it.
Yep.
Honesty. Brutal honesty about his offense, about his players. He's calling everybody out, including himself, right? He's doing the right thing. Like, it's okay to call your players out. I have no problem with that. But call yourself out, too. Acknowledge the fact that you're doing a poor job. Acknowledge the fact that your offense that you built is poor. It's shit, right? Acknowledge that your defense is not what it should be. He will never do that. I wish he would. Take accountability. Everybody else does. Josh does, right? Josh Allen especially stepped up to the podium. I accept it. I was terrible. This is my fault. The reason McDermott would never do that, and I wish he would.
Also, Josh says that every time, regardless of how.
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter every time.
Seconds.
He could be fucking perfect in the ball game, and it wouldn't matter if they took the L. He'd still say,
Yep.
I should have been better. Yeah, it's on me.
Yep.
So, but that's him, right? McDermott's not that guy, and I wish he would be. Like, that's what you see why. That's why Mike Ditka, coaches like that are Hall of Fame coaches, because they're honest. They're brutally honest. They know that they suck and they need to do better, right? They need to be better, or they need to walk away, right? And I wish McDermott would walk away, but he's not going to. His ego won't let it happen.
The way is that pass to Hardman wasn't on Josh. He threw it. If you even listen to Romo and Nance, they're talking about it. Hardman's rounding it off and fading back. Josh is throwing it to a spot. Hardman needs to be to where that pass is.
Oh, that's on Hardman, 100%. There's no doubt about it. But go back and watch it. That's a poor execution. Poor route running, poor execution, everything. And he still had the opportunity. I don't give a fuck. You had the ball's in your hand as an NFL receiver. You catch it. I don't give a fuck. That's what you're paid for. You catch it. Period.
And you know what's
Stroud's
crazy?
terrible.
They might win this game because of that defense. That's what a defensive guru looks like.
Correct. Yeah. Look at that. Stroud, 3 interceptions. Woo.
Patriots out to destroy Houston, CJS. Man, wow. Well, that's saying that they could score on that defense, because that Houston defense is legit, dude.
Yeah, absolutely. But Houston's offense is so bad that they may lose this game because they're that bad, right? And Patriots defense isn't like Patriots defense pretty good. Right? You know what I mean? They're not the greatest, but they're good. They got playmakers, so they're going to make them pay for mistakes.
They're the best all-around team.
Absolutely, in the AFC. Period. Yep. And whatever team wins today, they're gonna trounce Denver. It's not gonna be a close game. Denver's
I don't think anyone's touching either because I think the Rams are gonna win today. I don't think anyone's touching the Rams or Seahawks.
Dude, that's gonna be a battle.
The only way one of those teams loses is if that defense can find a way to just if it's the Texans defense, they can take over a game.
Yeah, it's true. But Seattle's defense is legit too, bro.
So good,
bro. They got a good team. They got a good running back, physical. They got a good offensive line. You know what I mean? They got a good coaching. They just got a good overall team. See, guys, that's what we're talking about when we talk about these teams that are actual Super Bowl contenders. Let's be real. When we're looking at the playoffs, when we started here and we're kind of drifting around. These are legit Super Bowl. They got well-rounded coaching and offense. They got playmakers on both sides of the ball. We don't have that. We have two playmakers, Josh Allen, James Cook. That's it on offense. Let's be real. On defense, we got average to good players. We don't really have outstanding playmakers. We have some good players. I'm not going to diss them all, but we don't have the guy. We don't have, we're going, when they're talking about the Bills defense, watch out for that guy. He gets to the court. Not really. We got good, average to good, but we're not, you know what I mean? We got poor coaching, in my opinion. These teams here, they got special players. We didn't have that, right? We have one in Allen, really special, and we got a really good player in Cook. Outside of that, bunch of average to good, man.
Mm-hmm. I'll give you that one. Josh is one hop to screw, but he's done that all year. Josh trying to get the ball out quick. He does that all the time. Why do we keep throwing that fucking play, knowing that that's not one of his strong suits?
What bothered me?
It goes back to the Brady issue, right? Yes, Josh needs to make that throw. I get that.
Yep.
I can accept that. But it goes back to how about you put your players in position for their strengths, not their weaknesses, and that's a weakness for Josh. And it has been.
You know what? What bothered me too in that game, Mikey. By the way, and I know you I'm more likely you're gonna agree. The first down running constantly
every time,
in that
right
ball
up the middle,
every fucking time, and even Romo at one point was like, "Why aren't they throwing a play action here? They're selling out for They know you're running it on first down. They're selling out for the run." When are you going to dial up something different? When are you going to dial up a play action?
Or they call it incomplete?
No, that's a throw.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but you get what I'm saying, right?
Yeah. How about the incomplete pass on the strip sack that they called?
Oh yeah. That was I don't know about that one either, but yeah, I can't wait for Brady to leave either, man. I'll be honest with you. I think
Brady's on his way out the door.
He is, and that's fine. Good. But I'm not sure if like you said, I don't feel good with McDermott and whoever he hires or whoever he promotes. It's going to be the same old, and that's very worrisome when it comes to this team.
It's wild. The whole thing's wild. And the sad part is we know for a fact Google's not getting rid of McDermott because the new stadium opens next year.
Correct. Yep. I'm very interested to see the pressers from Bean and McDermott. I'm very, very curious if Bean even gets an opportunity because I don't know if he's not fired soon before he even gets the opportunity to have his season-ending presser that they normally have.
The next couple days.
Right. That's going to tell you a lot, man. Because if he does have one, more likely he's staying. Because I would think they would have I would think Terry Bagula would at least have, and even Sean McDermott, because it would be his decision, would have the at least courtesy of not putting him out there and then just firing him after the season ending. But who knows?
I think they're probably having those discussions today.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
And then
before they throw him out there. Exactly, because I don't think they would throw him out there just to fire him after. So put it this way: I think if he has a presser, he's safe for another year. But if he doesn't, then yeah, you're going to hear something. Patriots down to the 29, by the way, 5 minutes left before the first half. Patriots score here, Houston's in trouble. I'm going to tell you right now, because Houston does not have the offense to bounce back. They scored a touchdown here, 21-10, Mikey. They better hold them field goal, bro. Houston's starting to crack, bro, because of the offense.
Sucks. It's so bad. The only coach I play McDermott with that is available.
And how many? John Gruden. I'll do that in a heartbeat. I take him. I would love it. But you know what's crazy, Mikey? All these first-year head coaches already are doing more than McDermott has this quick. Wild, right? First-year head coaches already winning the division. Mind you, he's been a coach for a while, but still, first year with the New England Patriots, won the division just like that, right? Has already looks like probably going to the AFC Championship game. We'll see. The game's not over, but it's looking good for him right now. You got Seattle's coach. I mean, you got all these newer coaches that's already running circles. You got Ben Johnson, first-year head coach, already winning his division. Like, yeah, bro. it's wild, man.
Not gonna win 3 picks. Yeah, it's gonna be tough for them to win with as bad as this offense is.
And you know what? Houston's starting to crack. Their defense is starting to crack, bro.
Yeah, let's see if they keep that same energy for CJ, who called himself a top 5 quarterback.
Right. Yeah. Yep.
Booty's,
and I gotta say,
a day.
And this is why I wanted to play Houston if we did go to the AFC Championship game. I'd rather play a really good defense, elite, I don't care, and a bad offense, you know what I mean, than a well-rounded team like the Patriots. I'll be honest with you. I would have played either one or whatever, but I would have rather play Houston because of this, because of how poorly Houston is.
Buff Dad, we have a generational quarterback that's going to be Hall of Fame bound. What's McDermott going to be remembered for? 13 seconds.
Touchdown. 21-10, New England goes up. Stephon Diggs,
Do you disagree
our former
with that?
player. We have a generational quarterback, Hall of Fame bound. What is McDermott going to be remembered for? 13 seconds.
Yep.
Yes, absolutely. The 1 year where we had our best opportunity, probably our best team at that moment, we probably go to the Super Bowl there. And who knows from that point, but yeah, he will be remembered for that, no doubt about it. What a great catch by Stephon Diggs, by the way. Of course, we let him go, right? Because, can't get along with McDermott. Doesn't like Joe Brady's new fucking stupid scheme. Lovely. I like to see players doing good on former. It's always great to see. Right?
I just wish he wasn't with the Patriots.
Right. Always great to see. Jesus Christ. And we paid him. By the way, Bean paid him, fellas.
Lee, that is a great take. Bean always says the last game he plays who you are as a team. No pass rush and weak receivers.
Yeah.
But the problem is we know that pass rush is scheme related. Because we watch guys leave here and go and do great things as a pass rusher.
Yep.
It's scheme related. And it's never going to change with McDermott.
Yeah. I don't. Once again, we talk about this. I don't think Bean's been perfect. Mikey probably agrees with that. I think Bean has his flaws as a GM. I told you guys what
more than he's missed though.
I think he's hit more in draft than people want to admit. I think he's missed on free agency big time. I think free agency. If I were to have one like where he's really, if I had a grade on it, I'd say D. He's been pretty bad in free agent. The players, the money. Like, especially this year, if you really want to be real, Mikey, terrible contracts, terrible decisions. You got Ogunjobi, didn't even play for most of the season.
The free agents.
The free agency.
Bad.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Palmer, CJ Stroud not CJ. What's his Curtis Samuel from the year before? Like, all these one-year guys that don't work out,
we can
right?
Go back farther. The Trent Murphys,
we can go further.
The Vernon Butlers, and the Stars.
Exactly.
And,
so, for me, it's almost an F, right? Like, his free agency has been pretty shitty. Like, I gotta tell you guys, like, that's one knock. If I have one, a major one on Bean, it's been stop.
It's his big money free agents. That's the problem.
That too. That's what I'm saying.
The ones that he's been good with have been the 1 year guys. The 1 year cheap guys like Seth Thompson.
You're right. It's been the veterans guy, the vets, or the 1 year. Yeah.
That
You're right.
Came back on cheap deals.
Leonard Floyd.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
Those are the ones.
Absolutely, you're right.
It's the multi-year or the big 1 year big money ones that they've whiffed on. And
He's
is that
whiffing on them.
Is that how to use them thing?
I think it's a little bit. I think it's a little bit on Bean too. Like yeah, the Omajobi one. Like I almost feel like Sue. I think he's trying to fill a roster too quick in the offseason, right before he gets to the draft. You know what I'm saying? And he's rushing it. He's just trying to sign all these players like before he even goes. You know what I mean? Like I feel like he's almost in a rush when it's like, dude. And that's one. And the other thing is you don't need to spend all your cap right away. You don't need to get all these depth pieces. You can narrow it down and get a couple really good players for the money instead of going with 8, 9 guys bargain shopping. Like just go and get some couple playmakers with that money instead of going with the whole bunch. Like it just doesn't make sense. And then of course the draft, I don't think he's been terrible like a lot of people think, but I would like to see him trade up. Like enough is enough. Enough hoarding the picks, enough going back in the draft. That's not working anymore. Like let's go up. Let's get ourselves a playmaker. If you can't find one in free agency, if you can't make a trade, and I would say trading too. Trading, I feel like he's a stickler.
He needs to just drop that shit and go out and get proven guys because
he
hasn't proven that he knows how to draft receivers. That his group knows how to get a receiver. So go.
You're absolutely right. And I was totally wrong on Keon Coleman, by the way.
Yeah, go get a Waddle.
He's
a bum. Go get a Wilson. Go get an AJ. Go get a Olave. Go get one league that we know that knows how to play in this league.
I agree.
Lee, yeah, I'm with you on that. The Samuel one, I'm not going to kill Josh on because on the next play he threw a touchdown. So he
exactly.
He gave him the quick.
You know what I will say though, Mikey? Shakir was a good pick, receiver. So I would say he drafted well there. I'm not going to knock Shakir. I think Shakir is a good weapon. And also, I would say Gabe, even though he's not here anymore, he was reliable for a 4th round pick. He put up decent numbers. He came up. Put it this way. It's crazy to say this, but Gabe Davis was our most clutch wide receiver in the playoffs. How about that? How about that? Gabe fucking Davis was our most clutch when the biggest moment hit. We haven't had that since. Like, that tells you everything you need to know, right? So, listen, it's time. The time is now. Like, if you can't find a receiver in the draft, you got to trade for one. You got to make it happen. And for me, if it's not working, if you're doing the same thing over and over, Mikey, you got to change your ways eventually. You have to, as a GM, as anything, as a coach, as a whatever job you're doing, whatever occupation you're doing. If you're doing the same thing and getting the same results, eventually you have to switch it up. You have to take a different route. You have to take a different approach. And I feel like Bean is stubborn as well. Like Bean is McDermott stubborn. Like he has the same stubbornness, right? When it comes to free agency, when it comes to drafting, right? Like when we go in every draft, Mikey, it's almost the same thing. We know it's happening. We know he's going to trade back, right? It's almost like we know it's going to happen, right? We know he's drafting defense first. Like, it's kind of like...
Oh, yeah, because he's tied to that dumbass head coach.
He's tied to McDermott. Yeah. You're right. But it's just like, you're going to have to eventually switch it up. Yeah, I agree. It's going to be an interesting offseason.
Weston wants to know, do we think any other coaches had role after other than the Cromer one? I think Joe Brady's gone. I think he gets a head coaching job somewhere. But even if he doesn't, I think he's going to be gone. I don't think any other coaches other than that.
I would be surprised if I don't know who's our receiver coach. I would be surprised if he's still there.
Oh, that's right. He might be gone.
Yeah, I would be surprised if he's still there. I would be surprised if Bobby Babich is still here. I think Bobby Babich. I think he gets the axe as well. You don't think he gets the axe? I do. I do. I think McDermott had to intervene way too many times this year, take over play calling. You can't do, like, for me, if I'm a head coach and I got to intervene and take over and do your job, for me, that's a problem.
Might give it to the other guy, the senior defensive guy that we brought in.
Correct. Yeah. What's his name?
Can't think of it.
Fuck, the one guy everybody was hyped up for, the defensive line coach too. I forget his name. Yeah. So I can see that happening, and a guy that's more seasoned, been there, done that. Because I think just Babbage, once again, I think it's going to come down to McDermott. He's going to evaluate everything. He's going to point fingers. He's going to do the blame game. And Babbage is he's the easy scapegoat. He's a young guy. It doesn't matter, right? He's not going to speak up. He's not going to say shit. And he's going to promote the other guy more than likely.
I have a weird feeling that. Yep, I have a weird feeling that Bean's going to be the scapegoat this offseason as the big one.
I think he's one of them. I do.
McDermott's going to say, we didn't get a receiver. Bean didn't go get me a receiver.
Correct. And just the way he's been kind of throwing his shade at press conferences tells me it's happening. Like, tells me more than likely he's going to have the talk with Terry Bagula, right? And he's going to have him fired. Like, Sean's going to have a private conversation with Terry Bagula at some point, right? And more than likely, Terry Bagula is going to. I think all owners probably have that owner meeting at the end of each season to kind of evaluate everything. And I'm very curious. I would love to be a fly on the wall in that meeting with Pagula and Sean McDermott, just to see how many people. Another interception by CJ Stroud. That's his fourth.
That guy's horrible.
So this game's getting out of reach if New England goes down and scores on this possession. There's still 2 minutes left to go, pretty much in the second quarter. I mean, this is terrible.
He's garbage. Like,
that was
so
a
bad.
lazy pass. Did you see that pass?
Like, at what point do you pull CJ and put Davis Mills in there?
They did. Yeah, this is bad. Four interceptions.
Four
you
interceptions
better.
in the first half. Go
Half.
get Davis Mills.
Is this a playoff record, by the way? I mean, I wonder how many interceptions in a playoff.
Lawrence and Herbert both had like 4 in the first half of their game.
Yeah, but this is 4 now. Is it for the record? Because you got a whole second half to go. He's on pace to score. He's on pace to have 8 interceptions.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I can't remember what I was gonna say now. I was gonna say something.
Yeah, Stroud's interception fucked you up. Man.
It was around the Bean McDermott thing, and I don't remember what it was.
How do we let the Patriots get better outside weapons than us? Because they have a competent head coach and offensive coordinator that knows they need to surround their quarterback with people that are reliable.
They both. If you're gonna kick Bean to the curb, you need to kick McDermott with him.
Yeah, you got to include him in the conversation, bud.
Because as much as people don't want to talk about it, McDermott owns the 53. Bean doesn't do anything without McDermott. Oh, I remember what I was going to say now, talking about that. McDermott's going to go in and say, I lost Jamarcus Ingram, so I had to have Dane Jackson out there. Because he tried to go out and upgrade for us.
Right.
So he's going to go out and say that. Like, Dane Jackson's not out there if we have Jamarcus Ingram.
And he's definitely going to bring up the Waddle thing. He was not happy with the receiving.
Or Jacoby Myers.
He kept bringing up Myers in the last 2 weeks on the pressers. How that trade was so great and how he was so effective and perfect option for them.
Yeah, the 5 turnovers is the biggest thing. Like, as much as I hate McDermott, and I shouldn't say I hate McDermott. McDermott's a good coach. I just don't think we're going to win one with him. Turning the ball over 5 times, you're not going to win. There's not.
Yeah, he's good. He's not great. He's not championship level head coaching. Like, when we talk about, guys, when you evaluate players, it's the same thing as you evaluate coaching. It's real simple, right? When we talk about these, like when I talk about players like, I don't know, Baker Mayfield, right? They're good, but they're not great, right? Talk about Herbert, right? He's toes the line of good, but he's not. His ceiling, I think, is already there. Like, there's no more to go. He hasn't shown any growth. And Sean McDermott's been here 9 seasons. We haven't seen any growth. We haven't seen anything in 9 seasons. He hasn't even gotten us to a Super Bowl, guys. We have the best quarterback in the NFL. If you want to argue it, top 3.
We've had 2 AFC conference games. That's it. Championship games.
That's it. In 9 seasons with this guy, right? Come on, man. With like I said, if you want to say top 3 quarterback, fine. You can't argue that. Top 3 quarterback. You've only been in the AFC Championship twice. And once again, you call yourself this guru of defense, defensive-minded head coach, and our defense has been probably the biggest reason why we have failed in the playoffs, right? So, once again, yeah, this goes back on the coach, man. Absolutely. But, I don't think Terry sees it that way.
No, Matt, Chad, how do I feel about watching Diggs? It pisses me off that McDermott pissed him off so bad that he talked himself out of Buffalo. Because the issue was Diggs and McDermott.
Yeah, absolutely.
Shows zone blitzes. Like a 2006 Lovie Smith. It's just salt in the wound. Yes, it is.
And by the way, too, if you guys want to talk about players that were here that were moved on and were successful, that being brung in, but left due to McDermott and coaching, I mean, guys, we can go on down the list. Let's start with the number 1, Stephon Diggs, like Mikey said. Let's start with Wyatt Teller, who McDermott and at the time Bobby Johnson saw no place for him on the team. Go ahead and get rid of this guy. Trade him away. No use for him, right? Bean drafted this guy, right? So Bean's trusting McDermott and Bobby Johnson. All right, you say he's bad. All right, well, let's go ahead and move on. You're going to blame Bean for that, right? You're going to blame, that's on McDermott. That's on Bobby Johnson, right? What about Chad Hall, who was our receiver coach? It was an excellent receiver coach, which all the receivers loved. They bought him a truck. These guys loved that dude. He leaves. Doesn't even want to be.
Receiver group too.
Yep. Doesn't even want to be right. Doesn't even want to be a part of McDermott. Goes and gets the same gig.
Oh yeah,
got the same gig.
A lateral just because he wanted to get out from under McDermott.
Exactly. Puna Ford. Couldn't even get game day jersey, guys. Goes on and guys playing at a Pro Bowl level. Wyatt Teller. Not Wyatt Teller. Tim Settle, right? Doesn't fit in this scheme. Doesn't play very well. Leaves, plays very good. Right? like the list goes on, man, guys. It's wild to me. The players that leave here and succeed.
Quentin
Spain, who wanted to be here. Demanded to be here. He told his agent, I don't want to go anywhere. Got benched in week 1. After week 1, he was our best. We wanted to put some garbage ass guard in there. What are we doing here? And then released them, guys. It's just wild to me. And then the players that I feel like should be here, we cut. Right? We why? Like KJ Hamler, he didn't have an opportunity. Why didn't he have an opportunity here? I'm not saying he was the best player, but we couldn't have used his speed. Of course we could have used his speed. Fumble, Patriots. Texans get it.
That might be a
Oh no, New England. New England got it.
That might be a little bit Big Papa. Overthrowing everyone. Okay. I don't agree. He had like a 70% completion percentage this year. Like, what are we talking about? You want to talk about his deep ball accuracy? Okay, we can talk about his deep ball accuracy. That's not like the best and one of the best things, but the dude had like 70% this year.
Yeah. I would say this about Josh, and we keep it real here as best as we can, right? I would say Josh definitely. And you know what? I think Josh will hit this offseason with and try to, because he always has, work on his craft a little bit more. Get with his trainers, and work on his deep ball. Work on mechanic issues. Work on whatever he needs to improve his game. Because I still feel like his deep ball is shaky at times. He does tend to overthrow. I feel like his screen passes sometimes he doesn't put it where it needs to be. But these are all things that Allen can work on. He knows it. Well, and I think Allen this offseason, he'll go hard on that. He'll work on it.
Not only that, but the deep ball, you have to have connection with that receiver. It's hard to have when you're changing out the receivers every year.
Oh, absolutely. I agree with you 100% on that one too. You got to have chemistry, and you can't build chemistry with guys that are only going to be here 1 year. By the way, we got a super chat. Let me go ahead and hit these real quick before we hit the other ones. Jack coming in, losing Cromer makes everything so much worse. And now the Pats and Diggs to the Super Bowl already before Allen. Literally worst case scenarios, lose all hope. Dude, I'm with you 1,000%.
Coaching is everything. Yeah. They have Mike Vrabel.
Yep. Let me hit one more. Appreciate the super chat. It's ironic that Bean had the infamous exchange with WGR about his receivers and our season end because of a receiver. And you know what? I'll be honest with you. Yeah, he at the time, I didn't think it was, and I still don't. I understand why he said what he said, but he overreacted, and I think he understands that. I think if he could take it back, he would. Just his overreaction, he has to understand they're going to ask him questions like that. He needs to respond a little bit better. So I think he was just a little frustrated when he got on the show. But yeah, it came back. Honestly, it did come back to bite him. It came back to it did bite him. It did bite him pretty hard. The fact that our receiver room was so bad this year, the fact that the end result was receivers dropping the ball, right? The fact that we had to go and get rushed to get Brandon Cooks, who was waived by the Saints for a reason. Like, and it's not a knock on Cooks, but Cooks wasn't the Cooks of old. There's a reason why he got waived, right? Like Cooks was okay, but he was a Band-Aid, right? He was a Band-Aid for a very bleeding room of offense, right? So, that's where I felt like. I felt like we put a lot of Band-Aids this season on the team, Mikey. A lot of hey, let's a lot of guys got hurt. Let's put the Band-Aid here. Let's put the Band-Aid here. And then, especially on the offense, especially at receiver, Mikey. Dalton Kincaid, by the way, let him finish out his rookie year and let him go, or rookie contract and let him walk. I don't want to bring him back. Dawson Knox, different story. I don't know what they do with him. I think he winds up staying just because he's so close to Josh, and I think he's going to work with the team with this contract again, right? Because I don't think he wants to leave here. He's still serviceable, but Dalton Kincaid's winding up being just a guy that I don't think he's bad. I just think he can't stay healthy, Mikey, and I'm not paying a guy like that to stick around either.
All right, a couple more, then I'm gonna head out.
No problem.
Not the deep ball accuracy, short throw accuracy like he missed against the Eagles. Will you stop it? Dude had a 70% accuracy rating this year. Do you want him to be perfect? Okay.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. That's where I feel like the disconnect is, Mikey. I think people
want him to be perfect.
They expect perfection because it's Josh Allen. They expect perfection because he's a $50 million man. And guys,
so is every other quarterback who doesn't do
right. Exactly. It's just not. It's not the reality of life. Like everybody, bro. Think about it. You've seen the best NASCAR drivers crash into a wall. Right, you've seen or lose. Right, you've seen the best heavyweights in championship boxing eventually lose or get knocked out. Like it happens. Everybody has, even the great ones have bad moments. Right, all of them. And Josh Allen's, no different. He's human. He makes mistakes, and I think we just want to look at him like this superstar freak that just should not make any mistakes. And it's just not the reality, man. It's not how it works. And yeah, man, if without Allen, the truth is we're a 4-win team, guys. If that. We're not a very good team. So I don't know what you expect or what you want. He's gonna, not only that, I think you guys are also missing the point that Allen is not up here at a podium going blaming people or having excuses on why he threw an interception or why he fumbled. He's telling you guys, I fucked up. I made a mistake. I played bad. Like, what do you want from the guy? I don't get what is the end result here? What do you want to happen? You guys want Allen gone? Okay. I mean, if that's what you want, let it be known. But to say he's a shitty player or he can't do this or he's been bad all year, like those are terrible takes. I don't agree with them.
Can you hit the super chat real quick?
Yeah. Let me see here. I'm sorry I didn't see that pulled up.
Y'all good.
Appreciate it, Jack. Our O-line before Cromer under Bean was always a disaster, too. Bean can't draft O-line, Cromer can. Yeah, but you know what, though? Bean also doesn't put the coaching staff together. So here it is again when we come back to Sean McDermott. Sean McDermott is responsible for his coaching staff. He's the one that creates his coaching staff. He's the one that fires his coaching staff. So he brought in Bobby Johnson. He fires... he fired what's his name. He didn't get along with Brian Dable. He's the one that let go of Leslie Frazier. Like it is his coaching staff at the end of the day. I also think, yeah, you're right about Cromer. Cromer absolutely, when he came here, he helped out with the O-line.
Also didn't want Torrance. And I'm not going to say he can't draft O-line because they drafted Dion. They drafted Spencer Brown. They drafted Osiris. They drafted Wyatt Teller. So don't tell me they can't draft O-line. I agree with that too. But I will say this though. I think Cromer is a really good teacher and really understands how to get these guys playing at a higher level and put them in the better position to be successful on the field. That's what made Cromer so special, right? Cromer is one of the best in the league. But you're right, Mikey. Bean was drafting pretty good offensive linemen before Cromer got here. But it's about what you do with them when you draft them. Bobby Johnson didn't know what to do with them, right? Cromer does. That was the big difference between Cromer and Bobby Johnson, right? So, no, you can, you don't have to change your name. Fan how you need to fan. I don't agree with you on it, but fan how you need to fan.
You can. Yeah, and by the way, you put second round choker, but you could also put AFC champion. Like he's been in both, right? Like he's not just a second round. And I wouldn't call him a choker either, but you can fan how you want to fan. But I'll say this too, though, and I was in a debate with somebody, Mikey, on a comment section from my show last night that you missed about Allen. I'm like, dude, how many games has Allen actually underperformed in the playoffs? Like statistically, he's one of the best playoff quarterbacks in the NFL. And you want to go to one game and all of a sudden he can't win, he can't play good in the playoffs. Like it doesn't make sense. Like one game, for me, one game is not going to define who you are or what you've done through the course of your career. Allen, through the course of his career, has been an excellent playoff quarterback. And the moment he has a bad game, all of a sudden he's a terrible playoff quarterback. You can't get the job done. He's second round and bust. Like that's just not the reality of it, guys. He didn't have his greatest game, but he's had plenty of great ones. So you're gonna so I guess the one bad game overshadows all the great that he's done. It's not fair.
Tommy, Mikey, I pray Josh leaves the Bills this offseason, which won't ever happen. He just signed a new contract, so he's not going anywhere.
Nah, I don't think he's going anywhere, and I think he loves it here.
Does McDermott get a ring with another team? No. Not if he's headed it up.
Fuck no.
I think I'll keep a second round choker because that's what all non-Bills fans call him. That's fine.
Yeah, dude. Like I said, everyone sees it different.
Yeah, I tried to listen to some of the national media. It got ridiculous, and I'm just had to.
I couldn't listen to any. I've yet to. I swear to God, I have yet to even venture off.
It's been hard to listen to some Bills fans.
Dude, I'm telling you, right? It's tough, and we're not a Homer channel here. We're gonna keep it real, but it's crazy
on some of these guys is just fucking wild to me.
It is absolutely wild. It's absolutely wild. And it's wild too, because most of these people or podcasters or fans or national media, they watch the same thing. They watch the same product we watched since week one. And they understood that this team was not this unbelievable Super Bowl caliber, best fucking team we've ever had. Well, I can't believe we lost to the Broncos like team. You know what I mean? Like, if that was the case, Mikey, let's say this was the 2021 Bills, like roster, fine. And Josh Allen, I would say, you know what? No excuse. We had a fucking great offense. We were steamrolling in the regular season, right? We were blowing teams away. You know, we only lost 2 games. Fine. Then I'd get behind that. But that was not the case. And I don't see why other podcasts, national media who've been saying it all year, all of a sudden now go, oh, Josh Allen, this team, I can't believe they lost, blah, blah, blah. Bro, come on, man. Be real here. This wasn't a Super Bowl caliber team. It was a team that fought all year. And me and Mikey talked about this. The one good thing I'll say about this team, and the one positive thing, was this team never, ever quit. They fought to the bitter end, even against Denver Broncos, right? So even for as poorly as they played, for as many turnovers as they had, they still came down to overtime, right? For as poor as the game went, right? This team fought. But guys, we trailed in 10 games this season. 10. That's including the playoffs. That's not good, right? That's not a Super Bowl caliber team. That's a team that has issues. Correct. So the expectations were crazy when we hit the playoffs, that just because the Chiefs weren't in it, oh boy, the Bills, this is it. Easy run for them. Super Bowl bound. No, that's, and I never even, Mikey, did you look at it that way? Because I didn't.
Yeah.
I never looked at it that way.
I think it was Ryan Clark who said, I don't care if guys drop passes. Like, what are you talking about? That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Right? You don't care? Okay, so what do you want? Allen to throw the ball up in the air and catching himself and go, what are you doing?
Did Allen play great yesterday? No. Did he have a horrible game? No, he kept us in it. Did he have some boneheaded mistakes and bad plays? Yes. But at the end of the day, he dropped a 30 spot and we fucking lost again.
Correct. 30 points, guys, should win you the game. Right? Let's be real, especially with a defensive-minded head coach. And you supposedly have this guy who's a defensive guru, which is he's not. He's far from it.
And here's the thing. Let's go back to this year. They said, Lamar and team didn't make the playoffs. They had a better roster than we did, and they didn't make the playoffs. Mahomes and team didn't make the playoffs, and they had a better roster.
Correct.
Burrow and team, and they had a better roster.
Right.
How about you give some credit to the guy who actually made the freaking playoffs?
Right. Where's the backlash on that? And it's funny too. I always say misery loves company. A lot of these guys that are saying it are like at least fans, Baltimore fans or Dolphin fans, or like teams that didn't even get to the dance, but they love it. They want it. This is because they didn't get there. Misery loves company, right? So, oh man, here we are. Right? Come on. Like it's crazy to me. I don't know, Mikey. I don't know what to say, man. I honestly, sometimes it's mind-boggling.
It's why I need to take a break from this, because it's just going to make me madder and madder and madder and madder. I'm not going to want to come back on here anymore and just like whatever and let it go.
Yeah. You're going to get a break. Really? Yeah. I don't blame you. I got thick skin, but I'll tell you what, I don't bite my tongue, and neither do you. You'll speak up, and you're going to speak your mind, and listen, we respect you guys. You speak your mind too. If you guys feel that a certain way, you speak. But we're going to respond. Yeah, but we're going to like the
way we respond. Allen, like this, man. I mean, I love Josh as a second round choker. I do. I love that guy. He's on here all the time. Supports the crap out of us. We don't see it the same way. He needs to work harder. How do you know what his worth ethic is?
Right.
Like, are we kidding?
Yeah. For me, he's taken this. You cannot deny the fact that this guy has gone above. That he's gone above of what he should do as far as off-season work. I mean, remember when he first got here, bro? That guy, nobody worked harder than Josh Allen, fixing his mechanics, working with Palmer in the offseason. Nobody puts it out on the field more than Josh Allen. Blood, sweat, tears. right? He carries the whole city on his back. Let's be real, right? Nobody has more pressure than him.
He's going to change his name to, Bills need to outsource the draft.
Yeah. But I don't even know, you could actually change the whole thing if you want. Josh Allen needs better. I mean, something like that. Oh, man.
And I know once Allen leaves, we'll be terrible again. Both can be true.
Yeah, we'll have this talk again, right? When we got some bum-ass quarterback here and you guys are going, oh, shit. Right? Fuck.
Sad thing is if Allen hits Knox and or Shakur and don't fumble, we don't need these referees. Like, yeah. The Knox one I understand because I went back and there was a hand in the throwing lane. Josh had to get it. Otherwise, it's batted down the line. You can also go over to our buddies over at Cover One and watch that. They broke it down really well. Like really, really well. They broke it down. And they show you what happened. And they're great with that X's and O's stuff. The Shakur one, Josh has done that a handful of times this year. The Cook fumble was a killer. It really was.
The momentum killer. Yeah, momentum is everything, guys. Like, we would have went up 10-3, 14-3 at that point. You would get the crowd out of it. You know what I mean? Like, the crowd was, I got to say this, too. The Denver crowd was legit, dude. We had problems.
Electric.
Dude, Allen couldn't hear early on. They had to switch his helmet at times. Like, it was a problem. Allen had to, even with it was loud. And how do you silence a crowd like that? You go out and you fucking start putting points on them. If we score there, crowd's starting to get a little bit more quieter, starting to get a little bit restless, right? You get another stop, before you know it, you're right. You start getting booed. So but dude, once we fumbled there, I kind of felt, and you know what's funny too, in our games that we've had turn the ball over many times, it started with not Allen. It started with Cook. It started with Keon. Remember that? The game against the Patriots. Wasn't an early fumble by Cook in that? Yeah. So it wasn't necessarily like Allen's, but it kind of just triggered the turnover, like started the turnover machine. It's like almost like a key. It's like, oh yeah, you turn it over. All right, here we go. Let's start it up. Let you turn the ball over. You turn the ball over. Oh my God. And then Allen was a little bit reckless there, obviously, as well. Poor pass, the floater I didn't like. Obviously running the ball there, loosey-goosey. Can't do that. I don't know what he was thinking there.
He wasn't. Like, let's be honest. He wasn't thinking. He was running. I don't think he was expecting the guy behind him. Honestly. I thought the guy was just in front of him, and he was just, and he. I don't
know why he was putting the ball out with one hand though. Like, what are you doing there?
That makes no sense to me either. Right. Weston comes in and says the common denominator of these big games, unfortunately, is a dummy. You're not wrong.
No, absolutely, dude. Absolutely.
And you're right. Here's the thing, and this is a thing that the Chiefs were bound to have a year because the wear and tear of all the extra games that they played. So it's why I'm surprised the Bills haven't missed the playoffs once yet. Oh my God, there's a fumble. And
Patriots
have it.
They do. Yeah, as they were driving.
That is why.
What is Houston complaining about? What is he saying?
He was down.
Let's see here. He's down.
His shin's down. He's down.
He's down. Yeah, he's down.
His shin was down, and we know the whole Trevor Lawrence. Once your shin's down, you're down.
No, he's down. He's down. The ball's not even out. It's not moving. It's not.
Yeah, and his shin is down.
Yeah, he's down right there. Yeah, he's down. So they called a break though. They definitely called a break. But he's down. He's down.
I won't be gone forever. I just usually after the season, like I'll be on tomorrow night with Tommy. But usually after season, I take a couple weeks off.
Yeah.
So Mike, and with my new job, it just makes sense for me to take a couple weeks off, and then I'll be back. After the Super Bowl and do that stuff.
Yeah, what we'll wind up doing, chat, is more than likely is because what we did last year is we did our Friday Night Lights still every Friday at 8:30, but we're still discussing if we're gonna do that or Monday. We'll let you guys know if we're gonna do a Monday show or a Friday show. We'll probably let you guys know in a few weeks on that one. But either way, I think this season probably go live a couple times a week myself, just to kind of keep the channel going. But as far as Mikey goes, Mikey will be here. He'll take a couple weeks off, and he'll be here either on Fridays or Mondays. We'll decide on
Mondays.
that.
I kind of like the idea of Monday, the uncensored.
That's fine.
I really like our
that's fine.
Our Monday Night Uncensored. I really do like
That's
that.
fine.
I really
that.
enjoy that one.
Yeah, we could do that. It was definitely uncensored Monday. Without you being here.
I do like the Monday Night Uncensored ones. It'll be the off season. I think Monday will work out really well for me, especially from a work standpoint as well.
All right. Yeah. Well, so we'll do that. So Monday. Yeah. So we'll do Mondays for Mikey. Will be here Mondays, and I'll still be here Friday, guys. And if Mikey could pop on, he'll pop on. If not, that's fine. You know what I mean? So that's what I'll do, and maybe I'll have some other stuff coming for you guys as well. I'll maybe get more creative on my end. But listen, man, we love doing this. I'm not going anywhere. I don't think Mikey's going anywhere anytime soon. We love hanging out with you guys. We love our Buffalo Bills. I'm very passionate about this team, and that's why I get kind of not offended, but that's why I kind of get. I stick up for this team a lot when people, fellow fans, want this team to be trashy or lose or root against them, and it just doesn't make sense to me. And I'm going to defend Allen to the day I die, bro. Right? Like and I get your opinions, and I respect your opinions, but
also call him out when he does dumb shit.
Absolutely, but I'll defend him.
Dumb shit yesterday.
Yeah.
Dropped 30 without the guy, so to say he had a
absolutely
horrible game,
right.
Know,
For me though, like I said,
we got boat raced like the Niners did. I would have said, okay, Josh played like shit.
Right, exactly.
We did in the AFC Championship game the first time. We did when they got their ass whipped. We said, oh my
Cincinnati.
God, that was a total team loss, but Josh played like shit.
Correct. Yeah, I just I think here what touchdown.
No, the Red Furnace.
Oh, your head.
Comments here.
Oh, Red Furnace. What's up, man? Deion Walker, the best thing about the season, we finally got a superstar. Yeah, he looks really good, man. I think he's only going to get better, right? So that's a good thing. It's a good sign. Also, Cole Bishop. Cole Bishop had a really good year.
God, yeah, he did.
When we listen, guys, me and Mikey probably, when Mikey returns in 2 weeks, we'll do our yearly evaluation, right? Which is always fun to do, right? We'll evaluate the team, we'll evaluate the players, we'll evaluate the coaches. We'll kind of maybe do our grading system, and then obviously what we need to do, what we need to work on, blah blah blah. That's the whole off-season talk. But there were some guys that shined this year. There really was. It wasn't all bad, right? There was guys that I was wrong about. There was guys I was right about. Keon Coleman, I was wrong. I'm going to tell you right now. This is his second year. His first year didn't go great. I don't think it was terrible, but he regressed, and he regressed really bad. He had an opportunity in this game in the playoffs. They gave him another opportunity, and he was just as bad. He dropped the touchdown, which I know was a penalty, but at least it would have gave us another down. Dropped that easy catch. I just don't. I'm just ready to move on from Keon. I don't see the improvement. I was wrong on him. I was wrong about James Cook. James Cook was a special player. He's a very good player. He needs to work on his handles though. He got to stop putting the ball on the ground. 7 fumbles is unacceptable. Can't have that, right? Can't put the ball on the ground, bro. Outside of that, I thought he had a great season, right? Led the league in running, but he also led the league in fumbles and running for running backs. Can't do that. Josh Allen, I thought his season was okay. You know what I mean? I thought he had a pretty good season, and it wasn't his greatest, right? He did what he had to do with the people he had to work with. But we'll go through all that in 2 weeks. We'll give all the grades. And
in a couple weeks, I'll be back on tomorrow night. And I'll close out tomorrow
we'll
night,
talk.
and then from there, I'll probably take a couple week hiatus, and then I'll be back after the Super Bowl to start going through stuff and start getting into the draft, which is one of my favorite times of the year. I love the draft.
Draft's fun.
Building. I like it. Yeah. Free agency even. I think free agency is fun too, but roster building is my favorite time of year.
It is. It's going to be very interesting to see who gets cut as well. Like what players are also cut.
Yeah, also
Matt Milano's gone.
Who's running?
I don't think Matt
Milano.
We'll know soon. We will know shortly. If he's gone, he'll be gone soon.
Yeah, I think you're going to say goodbye to Tyler Bass. I think we're going to say, say bye to Taylor Rapp. These are guys that we're going to cut and save a bunch of money with.
Correct.
Shakir,
Correct.
Or not Shakir, but Samuel. Samuel's going to be gone.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, he did nothing either. Yeah.
Milano was already on his last year. I do think Milano may be back, though, on a 1-year deal. I could see them bringing him back. He played really good down the stretch.
He did. He might have saved himself.
But
if
he does come back, it'll be come back on probably a team-friendly deal.
Yeah. Stroud almost threw another interception, by the way. Another lazy pass. Bro, he has a lazy throw, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
It's an ugly throw, like ugly ball. He throws an ugly ball. Like you got to put a little bit. You got to put a little bit on that ball.
Mitchie's gonna be it. Yeah, Mitchie's is gonna be gone.
Our punter's gonna be gone. He was no good either.
Yeah, we're gonna need a new kicker, new punter. We're gonna have to find a running mate because Jordan Poyer is probably gonna retire.
All of our receivers are gone, I think, too, except for Shakir.
Bosa was on a 1 year. He's going to be gone. So it'll be interesting to see what happens if, with that,
Ogunjobi was on a 1 year deal.
Yep,
he's done. McGovern and Edwards might be both gone too.
Yeah, now especially with our offensive line coach, they're going to be gone. Also, RVD and Anderson are both restricted free agents. So that plays out.
Mikey, we got a lot of holes to fill, bro.
Daquan.
Daquan Jones. Yep. Didn't even think about him.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, the good thing is we drafted.
Poyer's gone. Poyer's going to retire more than likely.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's done.
Trey's gone. And I thought Trey played well.
I would extend Trey White for a 2-year deal. If he wants to come back, I would 100% give him. I would feel comfortable giving him a 2-year deal. I think he really earned it.
Well.
Yeah, and I didn't see any down the stretch. I didn't see him it wasn't just 1 or 2 games where he showed up.
He got better.
He got better. Yeah, it almost felt like he was 100% again. You know what I mean? Like finally, you know what I mean? He's ready. He's rolling. So I would give him a 2-year deal for sure. And I think he would take a cheapy deal to come back. Also, Shaq Thompson. If Shaq Thompson's willing to come back on a 1-year, 2-year deal, bring him back 100%. But linebacker, they're gonna have to draft one. They're gonna have to either find one in free agents or draft one. You need a future linebacker at that spot. Terrell Bernard, man, I gotta say, Mikey, super concerned.
I would move him
concerned about him.
I would move him outside.
Absolutely,
I would bring back Shaq and draft me a middle linebacker. He is
it's a great
in the middle.
I'm with you. If you're going to keep him, Bernard, because they just paid him anyways. I think the right thing to do is put him on the outside and you draft a middle linebacker. Absolutely. So there's a lot of things that and this team needs to work on
to start and battle with the the new middle linebacker.
The new guy, the young guy, whatever they bring. Yeah, exactly. There's just a lot. Jackson Hawes. That was also another rookie that I thought has promise. I think he can get better too. So we had some good rookie. Christian. What's his name will be healthy for next year. Hopefully he remains healthy. What's his name? Our corner, Maxwell Harrison. Hopefully he has he gets through camp next year without any fallbacks. And he might be our CB2 to start the season healthy, hopefully, knock on wood. Yeah, dude, but we have a lot, Mikey, we have a lot of work to do. So if Brandon Beane's staying, if he's not getting fired, he has his plate full, brother. I'm being honest with you. Not only does he have his plate full, Mikey, for the roster, but he has his plate full to get with McDermott and worry about going out and finding coaches. Who are you going to promote within for your coordinator? Are you going to, find a coordinator or offensive line coach out? You know what I mean? You're going to go out and find one. There's a lot of work to do in Buffalo. A lot. They have.
Yeah. I'm looking at Over the Cap right now, talking about Josh Palmer. If we just cut him pre-June 1st, it's 11 million dead cap. Post June 1st,
God,
6 million.
Okay.
So
I would move on from. I'd take the hit.
There is a way out, and you're basically splitting up that 11 million over 2 years.
I would take the hit, man, rather than keeping him. I don't see it. I don't see it from him. Even when he was healthy, I didn't see it. For me, I'm just revamping the whole room. You keep Shakir. You move on from Coleman. You move on from Samuel. You move on from Palmer. You pretty much wipe the receiver room, and you start all over with Shakir as your slot. And you go out there and
Tron.
Tron, yeah.
Post June 1, you can save $8 million. You dead cap is 2.7.
Yeah.
But that's a lot of post June 1 money.
Somebody put, I wish I could find it now, but somebody put on Twitter X that the Bills, they were talking about like how much money they could have potentially if they do that, and they were saying that Bills could actually have about $54 million. When they if they do something with Allen's contract, there was a couple other moves they could do.
Allen, Knox, Oliver are the three big, or Allen, Knox, Oliver, and Dawkins are like the big ones. I mean, or you can do Spencer Brown if you don't want to do Dawkins.
Yeah. So, point being, guys, and Mikey knows this obviously because he's doing his homework. We have room. We have money. Where there's going to be a way to create money. Correct. There's a way to create cap space to go out and get somebody reliable. Please, Brandon Bean, if you're here still, don't use that money. Just get 10 fucking free agents. Right? Get a couple that are reliable, that are needle movers, that are guys that are going to come here and be playmakers. Stop with the 2-year contracts. The 1-year deal. You don't need that many. Sign a couple 1-year deals. I'm cool with that. You want to bring Trey back on a 1 to 2 year contract? Fine. You want to bring back Shaq? I'm good with that. Fine. 1 to 2 year deal. But then go out and get yourself a absolute stud playmaker. All right, Mikey. I know you got to bounce.
I'll say it before I get out of here. So I was just playing with the salary cap. I got us to almost 54 million, right? Mm-hmm. We restructure Josh. We restructure Ed and Spencer and Dawson. We cut Palmer, Teron, and Samuel. And we're at 54 million.
There you go. Yeah. So that might have been what I saw, but I did see something where it was about 54. So, which is fine. It's not great, but that's pretty good. You'll have money to spend. So,
and if you redo Dion too, now you're at 65.
Yeah, there you go. So there's a way. There's always a way. So I don't want to be here about. Don't get caught up in the cap right now, guys. Like it's going to get worked out. They're gonna make room, and Allen's gonna always work his contract out for the Bills to be able to obviously get players here. So, but yeah, Mikey, I appreciate you, man.
The question that Robert had: is there a way to get out of it? Yes, there's a way to get out of it. It's not injury, but you can cut him post June 1 and have it split between 2 years and be good. They're gonna call that an incomplete pass.
It looked like his hand was underneath the ball, though.
I know, but I think
it's a catch.
I don't know what a catch is anymore. They call it a catch?
For me, they did. If your hand is underneath the ball, for me, it's a catch.
CJ, run!
So I'll tell you what. If Houston scores here, a touchdown, there you got a brand new ball game.
Back
brand new ball game.
Yep. Right. All right, buddy. I'm out of here. You have a good night. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Appreciate you, Mikey. It's always good having you on. My co-host. Couldn't do this without you.
That's fun.
The chat missed you yesterday.
I apologize. We had a family dinner that I tried to push back out. I couldn't end up doing it.
Nah, you're good, man.
My aunt came into town, so I was like, oh crap. Okay.
Don't worry. I took all the brutal hits for you.
I appreciate it. I will say I'm glad I had that because I didn't think about the Bills for about 3 hours because I was at a family function. And then I
couldn't get to sleep last night. I don't know. I couldn't even sleep last night, brother. So how about that?
I'm sorry. That's rough. All right, buddy. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Have a good one.
Later,
guys.
You too, man. Peace. Oh man. There goes Mikey, man. There goes Mikey. There goes me. I was here. Let me see here. There you go. There you go. Oh, Mikey, that's my dude, man. Mikey's my guy, man. But anyways, guys, let's get back to this game. Right, we are doing a live watch party for this Texans Patriots game, who just fumbled again. You guys talk about our turnovers. Holy shit, the Texans are turning the ball over left and right. Now, was he down is the question. Let's see. Nope, it's a fumble. Wow. I spoke too soon about Houston getting right back in the ball game. My God. I mean, Houston's offense, guys. You want to talk about the Bills turning the ball over. Holy shit. Drake May has thrown an interception, fumbled 4 times, lost 2 with interception, and Stroud has 4 interceptions. Yeah, exactly, Robert. I mean, yep, Christy. So, hey, I'm glad you're here, by the way, Christy, and watching this with me and watching your game at the same time. If you guys don't know, Christy is a Patriots fan, diehard Patriots fan, and she's a friend of the channel, man. She's a good person. Let's see here. Rams Super Bowl done. We'll find out, man. I think the Rams have an opportunity to go to Super Bowl, but man, guys, by the way, I will be doing a Super Bowl watch party as well. I did one last year. I actually think I did the last 2 Super Bowls, actually. So I'll do it again this year. Why not? You know, I got nothing else better to do. Right? So hang out with you guys, kick back, relax, watch some playoff football and Super Bowl football, and wait for the long off season, which are grueling and just takes forever for football to get back. But I will say this too, real quick. I am excited for next season, though, because of the new stadium. I can't wait to see the new stadium. I can't wait for the players to be able to play in that stadium with real grass and not so windy, the way that the stadium is designed, and it's just going to be a different atmosphere. It's almost like a fresh start in a way. So I'm excited for that, man. So if there's one thing that I'm super excited for next season is the new stadium. And hopefully, we get the job done at the new stadium. It's tough, guys. It's tough being a Bills fan. It is so tough, but I'll never jump ship, man. I would never, ever jump ship, bro. You're welcome, Christy. Cam Lewis he did play well, man. Cam Lewis is a very good depth piece. Absolutely. I want Cam to remain on this team. That's a very good player. He knows his role. He knows he's not going to be a starter, but when his number's called, Cam Lewis absolutely steps up to the plate and handles business. Unlike Dane fucking Jackson, who didn't last night, right? Who came in the game and gave up a touchdown, right? Right away, right? Darnell Savage, who didn't take care of business, came in the game and got used and abused right away for a touchdown, right? Cam Lewis comes in the game and he takes care of business, right? So anyways, the Patriots get the ball back. They are at the 15, their own 15. Hand it off, and it goes nowhere. They actually lost about 2 yards. I'll tell you what, though, Christy, the Patriots got to get going here on offense because the Texans' defense is starting to heat up, and you still got a lot of game to go. You got 5 minutes left in the third quarter. You got a whole quarter to go in the fourth. So, New England needs to put some points up here and kind of pull away a little bit from the Texans. You don't put up points here. You're getting into a little danger territory there. Sabres have a better chance for a couple. Jeez. I mean, do they? I don't know. I know they're playing better this year, but I don't really watch hockey. I just know the Sabres have been bad for a long time. So you think we're firing Babbage? Yes, I do. I think he's going to be a casualty, but I think it's deserved. Like I said to Mikey early on, when McDermott, because it's McDermott's job, because he's not going anywhere. It's McDermott's job, and every coach, to evaluate your coaching staff, right? And he's going to evaluate everybody, right? Offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, wide receivers coach, defensive line. Everyone gets evaluated, right? And you guys know this. This is not anything new. And for me, if I'm Sean McDermott, and I'm sure he's going to be thinking this way, he's going to go, man, I had to actually be defensive coordinator multiple times this season. I had to actually take that role on because Bobby Babich wasn't doing his job, or Bobby Babich wasn't, doing what I expected from him, right? For me, you can't have an employee like that, right? When the owner needs to, do your job, right? So I think he's going to evaluate that. He's going to look at that. He's going to say, man, I don't want to have to always intervene, take over play calling. I want to concentrate on coaching. And honestly, that's what he needs to do. Like, I don't like him as a head coach. I still think I think we need to fire him. But I don't want him having to do other stuff. I want him to concentrate on the fucking job, which is a head coach, right? Stop. I don't need him being my defensive coordinator at the same time. You know what I'm saying? I need him to concentrate on one thing. And if you can't because your defensive coordinator is not doing his job, then there you go. It's 21-13 New England. Houston has the ball. So it's a close game. It's still in the third quarter. Tommy, what percentage do you think of Brandon being fired? Man, it's tough. I honestly, the way Sean McDermott has been talking and throwing shade at Brandon Beane this season, man, that's tough because they are friends. I would say 50%. I'm going to go down the middle. There's a 50% chance Brandon Beane gets fired. We'll see. And I don't think it's fair. I think if you're going to fire one, you fire them both. I think Sean McDermott deserves to be fired way more than Brandon Beane. But once again, I said it earlier. I have no problem if that's what it takes. If Beane has to go because McDermott's going, fine. Get rid of everybody. Just clean fucking house with the coaching staff and the GM. Fine. Retool. Get new, fresh faces in here. Get new scheme in here. Get new thinking in here. Fine. A whole new direction for the team. I have no problem with that. But they're not going to do that. And I told you guys why. Sean McDermott was hired before Brandon Beane. Sean McDermott basically hired Brandon Beane as GM. Right? When Kim Bagula, Terry Bagula's wife, who was in charge of football operations basically, had her stroke, which was a bad one, and she's no longer is involved with football operations. Terry Bagula, who's a businessman who does not know football, has nobody else to talk to other than Sean McDermott, the guy he hired initially. And who's going to talk to Terry Bagula? It's going to be Sean McDermott, right? When they have their end of season meeting, it's going to be Terry and it's going to be Sean. It's not going to be Brandon Beane initially, I promise you, right? Because it didn't work like it normally works, where a GM hires a head coach and they got to evaluate the head coach. It's going to be Sean McDermott going to Terry Bagula and telling him, I don't think Brandon Beane did a good job, or maybe I still believe in Brandon Beane. Let's keep Brandon Beane. So we'll see. Will he throw him under the bus, or will he, or will he say no? Let's go another year with him. I will say this: both their contracts are ending after the 2027 season. So, they only got 2 years left. I said it before. I think they're going to get an extension. I think McDermott gets an extension at the end of 2026. I truly believe that. I said earlier that CJ is the type of quarterback that will speak up. It will sneak up on you. CJ Stroud is. He had a great rookie year, and I really expected big things from Stroud after his rookie year. And he just hasn't taken that next step. He is almost another interception. He is a lot like Justin Herbert. I mean, him and Herbert have taken the same pass. I think Stroud may be even worse. But they had great rookie years, and they just stayed on this path of just, they have, right here. Like, they haven't gotten better. They haven't trended up. They haven't taken a big step forward. They just kind of are just staying right there down the middle of being a good quarterback. And I think Stroud's actually, he might have regressed a little bit, actually. So, yeah, I just, I don't know what happened to him after his rookie year. And it could have just be defenses got the film on him That should be a penalty, by the way, and it is. So there's a pass interference. I knew it. I saw it. Patriots fans don't like it, but it was. I saw it. I called it. I knew it was going to be. But either way, I think Stroud has definitely... Yeah, he's holding his arm right there. He's still holding his arm right in front of the referee. You're not going to get away with that. So, you know what, though? It's funny. The defender of the Broncos did the same thing against Brandon Cooks in the game last night. So, and it wasn't called. So, once again, these referees, man, you just never know. You never know. You never know what you're going to get, right? You never know with them. But maybe that, because that one was right in front of the referee, maybe that's why they call. I don't know. Maybe he had a better angle. Who was out there for OC? So it doesn't matter because more than likely McDermott's going to promote within. I honestly thought it was going to be Cromer. CJ Stroud overthrew his receiver wide open. I thought it was going to be potentially Cromer, who had actually, who was an OC in the past. He actually got promoted to be OC. I forget what team. But now that Cromer has retired, who knows? I still think it's going to be someone promoted within. Mikey has talked about Davis Webb, our practice squad quarterback from a few years ago, who has ties with McDermott and Buffalo, and they say he's like a real smart guy. I could see that, which is a really dumb move, you know. But McDermott sack on. They just sacked Stroud, by the way. So Stroud with the loss. Looks like Jennings got hurt on that. But they did lose some yards. It's going to be 3rd and 13, 3rd and 14 coming up. But there is an injury to New England on that play. So I don't think it's going to be anybody great. How about that? McDermott wants to... McDermott's controlling. Let's be real. Like, McDermott doesn't want a guy that's going to come in here and be like, hey, I want to do things this way, right? McDermott's going to go, no, whoa, hold on. No, that's not how I do things. You're going to do things the way I want you to do things. And most experienced or really good OCs or DCs, they're not going to buy into that, right? Right? Vic Fangio is not going to come here and have McDermott go, hey, I know what you've done over here and over here and over here. I know you got your playbook, but that's not how I run things, pal. You're going to run things the way it's not going to work. Those guys are going to go, well, fuck you. I'm not going to sign here then. I'm not going to be your DC or your OC. Like, so McDermott wants guys that are going to stay in line, right? And if you're not, you're gone. I mean, it's real simple. It's as simple as that. So I don't think he's going to go out and get anybody where we're going to be like, bro, that's a really good offensive coordinator, or that's a really good defensive coordinator, especially defense. Like, there is no way Sean McDermott would hire anybody that's going to come in here and have a different philosophy, a different playbook, different scheme. Like, no way. McDermott's ego would never allow that, right? Like, McDermott thinks his defense is top notch, right? That his fucking bend don't break, soft zone bullshit defense is the way, right? His undersized defensive line is the way to go, and it's not. Well, why do you think we are pretty much last in the league every year with run defense, with undersized defensive line? But that's what he wants. He wants faster defensive line, but it doesn't work. We get shredded on the ground. We get shredded, right? We get beat up when it comes down to games that are like, late December games where your team needs to run the ball, right? And we got teams that run the ball good on us because our defensive line can't stop anybody. They're not big enough. They get bullied. So yeah, dude, like nobody's going to come here and not bully, but tell Sean McDermott that he wants to run things a certain way. It's not going to happen. And what makes me mad too about McDermott is he's a defensive-minded head coach that now wants to put his hand in the cookie jar for the offense. And he knows nothing about offense, guys. He knows nothing about offense. He has this old school mentality that he wants to, run first, be a run first team. this long drives, killing the clock, keep the defense fresh on the sideline as long as it just doesn't work, man. That's not what Josh Allen does best, right? The numbers don't lie. From 2020 to 2024, that offense was electric, right? Allen had over 4,000 yards every single season, right? Allen had a shit ton more passing touchdowns, right? And once we stopped that and we went to this run heavy, run first team, long drives, everything short underneath bullshit, field goal good. It's 21-16 now with 1 minute and 30 seconds to go in the third quarter. So Houston is creeping up, man. Patriots need to respond here. Tommy, I love McDermott to death, but my gosh, he needs to go. He does. And I get it. A lot of fans have this love-hate relationship with him. Some fans hate him. Some fans love him, like you said. For me, I don't hate anyone, really. I'm not going to say I hate the guy, but I've been wanting the Bills to move on from him. I don't think he's a championship caliber head coach. I think just like players, when we talk about players reach their ceiling, I think McDermott reached his ceiling a long time ago. I think this is the best you're going to get. He hasn't really changed his ways. He hasn't changed his thinking about anything. He's very stubborn. He thinks his defense scheme is works, and it's not. So yeah, I respect him for what he did when he first got here. I respect him for breaking the drought in 2017. I respect him for holding this team together through bad times, right? In that 2022 season, with the offseason in Buffalo with the shooting, and then Dawson Knox's brother's death and DeMar Hamlin incident. He pulled the team together. I'll give him respect for that. No doubt about it, right? I also think he's good at getting the team to fight when they're down. And, I'll give him that due. But championship caliber coaching is very important. And he's just not it. I don't think he's it, guys. And I go back to a lot of sports where there's coaches that were really good that just could not take it to the next level. It's been that way forever. We talk about Schottenheimer, right? I bring up Flip Saunders, rest in peace, Flip. The guy was an excellent regular season head coach. Playoffs every year for the Minnesota Timberwolves and for the Detroit Pistons. Got us to 4 straight Eastern Conference Finals. 4. But he couldn't get us to the championship game. But you know who did? Larry Brown. So Larry Brown got hired because our coach previous, Rick Carlisle, who was a good coach, by the way, went out and won with Dallas Mavericks years later, but he couldn't get the job done. We moved on. We went and got Larry Brown, won a championship just like that. Went back-to-back, actually. We lost Game 7, the second one, but he was an excellent coach, right? He knew what needed to get done. He knew what needed to get it done to get the job done, basically. And Flip Saunders came in for Larry Brown when Larry Brown moved on. And same team, same everything, right? Matter of fact, we actually gotten better. We got free agencies. We got Antonio McDyess. We actually improved the roster. And all he could get us to was the Eastern Conference Finals. Matter of fact, he blew we were up 2-game lead over, I think, Miami it was, or the Cavs, and the Cavs wind up winning the next 4. So coaching absolutely matters in every sport, man. You either got it or you don't on that championship level. And for Flip, he didn't have it. For Marty Schottenheimer, he didn't have it. For the Bengals old coach who got him to the playoffs all the time, he didn't have it, right? Just didn't have it. And I think McDermott falls into that category of coaches that are good, but they just don't have that championship coaching level. They just don't. That caliber of coaching. Patriots are about to win or at least appear in Super Bowl. one season after they found their franchise quarterback. McDermott and Bean couldn't do it in 9 seasons. That's the claim. Yeah, absolutely. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't even mind if they clean house with everybody, if that's what it takes. But I think McDermott is the one that needs to go in my mind. But if you have to fire Bean, fine. But fire McDermott too. You know what I mean? Like, Bean's he's not the problem, guys, right? I'm being honest with you. Maybe he's part of the problem, but he's not the full problem, right? And I agree. By the way, Matt, I'm with you. We'll see what happens. This game's not over, though. Let's. You never know with football, right? Houston is creeping up here. The Patriots need to score on this drive here before, Houston, takes a lead. You don't want Houston to take a lead here. So we'll find out shortly what happens on this drive with the Patriots. But you're right. I mean, 9 seasons is ridiculous not to get the job done, right? It's too long. I think McDermott's I think they said he's the longest tenured head coach to not get a team to a Super Bowl with one team. It's craziness, right? Just hasn't got it done, man. So yeah, watching the highlights here of the first 3 quarters, man. It's the Patriots, man. They had opportunities to kind of pull away here. They really haven't. And the Texans are, with all these turnovers, they are still just kind of creeping their way back in this game. The Patriots got to be careful here. Patriots up 21-16 right now, but for me, that's not a comfortable lead if I'm a Patriots fan. You better figure it out here on this drive here. You got to, because momentum's everything. Texans get the ball back here. Texans score a touchdown, take the lead. That's not good. Maybe we go out and get Jalen Waddle again this season. Yeah, it's very possible. I don't think Justin Jefferson leaves Minnesota. I got to be honest with you. Waddle is a possibility because they may wind up cleaning house over there in Miami with the new GM that just got there, the guy they got from the Packers. We'll see what they do with their head coaching. They're still looking for a head coach. I thought it was going to be Harbaugh. I was wrong. So we'll see who they hire. I'm very curious who they hire. They actually they requested an interview from Joe Brady of all, a little surprise there, but they also interviewed with Kelvin Shepard, I believe, from the Lions as well. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with the Dolphins, who they hire. But yeah, there's still, I think, 8 vacancies still open. There was 9 at one point, and the Giants went ahead and paid Harbaugh, 5-year deal. I don't know what they paid him. I didn't see the actual deal, but I'm sure it's pretty high. All right, here we go. Back to the game. 3rd and 8. Big third down here for the Patriots. May in shotgun. May back to throw. They're pass interference. So he was there a little bit early. Seemed like he was riding his back there. So, and boy, the snow is coming down here in New England. So, but that was a good throw. It was definitely pass interference by Stingley. Yep. He tugged at his jersey actually as well. Yeah, yep. Actually holding his left arm or his right arm there. So, yep. That's a good call. All right, 1st and 10 for New England. That was a big penalty. They are now at Houston's 38. So you got May under center. More than likely a running play here. Yep. Henderson gets about 5 on that carry. Do you think we should go out and get Mike McDaniel? I would love Mike McDaniel here. I don't think he's a good head coach, but offensive coordinator, I would absolutely love it. But McDermott would never want a guy like that here. I told you, McDermott wants a guy that wants it done his way, meaning he wants these slow drives. He wants everything short underneath. He doesn't want to take risk. Run first team. That's not Mike McDaniel's style, right? So I think he wants more of a yes man, and Mike McDaniel's not going to be a yes man. He's going to want to run the offense the way he sees it fit, and McDermott's not going to go for that. So it's unfortunate that we have a defensive-minded head coach that wants to, like I said, go in the cookie jar on the offense and just, right? like play a part like he's this offensive-minded guru as well, right? It's like, Sean, stay in your lane. Why don't you worry about your fucking defense that you still have not gotten right? All right, May back to throw. May was in shotgun. May deep. That's a touchdown. That's a great fucking catch by Booty. One-handed. That is a great throw. That is a great catch. That was good defense. And, I mean, you got to tip your cap to May and Booty here. Let me see here. One-handed. And it looks like, yeah, I don't think it hits the ground or anything. That is a phenomenal catch. Yeah, I think that's a catch. I don't see it hit the ground or anything. It looks like he... Let me look here. It looked good to me, man. Hand underneath the ball. Yep, inbounds. Everything was clean. Boy, the Texans are in trouble. They're going to review it here, but it looked clean to me. Tommy, I feel if Bean would have made a trade for Jacoby Myers or Waddle. Yeah, of course. A reliable receiver, of course that would happen. Falcons, that got a good coach for them. Touchdown, Booty. It looked good to me, one-handed, yep. They're reviewing it, but I don't see anything that tells me it wasn't a catch. It looked clean, man. So the Patriots will go up, 28-16 actually. So Texans are in trouble here. Like the Texans would have, they need to score quick, and they just don't got the offense to do it. So it's looking like the Patriots are going to the AFC Championship, and it's looking like the Patriots are going to go to the Super Bowl because I don't see Denver with Stidham beating this team. I don't. And I don't even know if the Broncos, even with Bo Nix, would have beat the Patriots, to be honest with you. Tommy, thank you. I'm going to go on with my day. I feel McDermott will hire either Curry or Lubrick. Yeah, Curry. You're right. Curry might be the one, too. Have a good one, Robert. Appreciate you rocking with me today, man. Pats are going to Super Bowl. It seems that way. It really does. The Patriots, heard you say we need to score. They did, Christy. And it was important. I told you. That drive there was an important drive for the Patriots. Very important. Nobody ever makes plays like that for Allen. Exactly my point, Tori. Where was McCall Hardman, right? With a way easier catch than that. Where was Brandon Cooks catching balls like that? Right? Like we don't have that luxury, right? Of guys that come up big for your quarterback. Like that's what we're talking about. Yes, Booty's not. It's such a funny name. Booty's not this. Oh my God, when we talk about receivers around the NFL, but he's a guy that could be counted on when his number's called. Right? I'm just saying, when May goes to him, he's reliable. We don't have that. We haven't had it for 2 years. I would say the closest thing we got to that is Khalil Shakir. Khalil Shakir is pretty reliable, but he's a slot. That's what he is. He's not a vertical threat. He's not an all-around receiver, right? It's crazy. As always, we need wide receiver one, Shakir, Shavers. And Shavers is going to be done for the season next year, too. Remember, he tore his ACL late in the playoffs, so he's not going to return next year. So I resent. Gabe is done. Gabe got his ACL late as well. Gabe's not returning. And matter of fact, I don't know if that's career ending or not because that was the same leg that he had the torn ACL with Jacksonville. So Gabe is done for the year next year. He wouldn't be able to return to anybody anyways. Shavers the same thing. He had a torn ACL in the playoff game. So usually those injuries take about almost a full season to actually bounce back from. So both those guys, count them out right away. That's not happening. So what happened here? What did they rule here? I think they ruled that a touchdown, right?
For the New England Patriots and that extra point that they just kind of squeaked in there and that inside that right upright, that's huge to make this a 12-point game.
So,
yeah, they did. So, it's 28-16 Patriots and 12-point game. Boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. You got still got a lot of time left. But once again, Houston's offense is not this dynamic, high-scoring, fast-scoring offense. And the Patriots' defense is pretty good, right? So, and the weather, right, on top of that. And C.J. Stroud has played awful, right? So I think the Texans are in a lot of trouble here, guys. A ton. And we'll see what happens here. I mean, look, it's football. Anything can happen. There's still time on the clock, but I mean, look at this. Even on the kick return, they can't even get it to the 25. So, oh man. I'm just telling you, man, the momentum and everything is right now is all in New England's favor. If Texans would have stopped them on that drive and they go down and score, the momentum would have been, obviously shifted right back to Texans and the crowd's a little bit out of it. But bro, that touchdown was huge for the Patriots. Now, we'll see what happens here. Houston needs to get going. They got to get going. Put it this way. They got to score on this drive. For me, I think you have to score on this drive. You got to put up something, even if it's a field goal, but you have to put up points. And you got to do it relatively quick. You can't be fucking around here. Like for me, time is very important here. I hate when coordinators, when you're down like this and they want to fool around, take their time at the line, like everything's fine. Like time's not against you right now. You got no more quarters, bro. This is it. Like you need to be a little bit, going a little up tempo here, right? You need a sense of urgency here, guys. We do the same thing in Buffalo. I hate it. Like, let's go. Let's fucking get on this. Like, why are we dicking around here at the line? Let's go. It drives me insane. Stroud back to throw. He is going deep. That, to me, is a pass interference. And they did not call it. It looked like a PI there. Should have been called. I got to see the play again, but it looked like he was pulled down. I could be wrong. I got to see the replay. Drake May got into the right organization with lots of cap room for Vrabel and Josh Daniels is the biggest difference. Yep. Being McDermott played and pissed away too many draft picks. I take that back. It was clean. He did hold. Okay, I take that back. There was a hold early on the other side, but on the play, the deep ball to that receiver, that was definitely good defense. 3rd and 6 here. Very important 3rd and 6. It looks like, I don't know what's going on here. Stroud call timeout. I'm not sure what's going on here. Oh, there's a timeout. Don't sleep on Sean Payton. Yeah, you can't. I mean, Sean Payton's a Super Bowl winning head coach for a reason. But still, they got an uphill battle here with a quarterback that hasn't played all year, probably, right? I don't think he had a step in at all this season, did he? It's Josh Allen's fault that CJ Stroud sucks so much. I don't know. Is it? I mean, CJ Stroud's having a rough game. So, let's see here right now. So, right now, CJ Stroud is 16 for 37, 178 yards, 1 touchdown, 4 interceptions. Overall, the Texans have 5 turnovers. The Patriots have 3. So, both teams are turning the ball over. That is kind of crazy. I mean, 8 turnovers together right now in this game. Oh, poor throw by Stroud. And they're going to have to punt the ball. And it looks like this guy hurt his knee. And he's in a lot of pain. So that's not good. So CJ Stroud throws a bad ball, gets this player hurt on top of it. And it's 4th and 6. Yeah, so it's their backup tight end, but still, man. Terrible throw by Stroud. Guy's wide open. And he throws it behind him. Threw it behind him. My God. Almost intercepted, by the way. Almost intercepted. Oh, my God. Brutal. So, Texans are going to have to punt here. And, boy, their defense needs to come up huge right now. These tight ends blow. Yeah. Yep. So this game's almost a wrap, man. It's been fun with you guys, rocking with you guys, little Bills Mafia therapy. Even this game's, been interesting, but this is kind of why I wasn't totally sold on Houston. Their defense is great, but their offense is just so shaky, bro. And they just don't put them enough points, man. So if you can get up on the Houston Texans, I just felt like they were beatable, right? Like Houston, they just don't have the firepower in offense. Plus, in this game, no Nico Collins, your best receiver, is gone, out for the game. Like, that hurts. That hurts a lot. Watching this game makes me mad. I feel like we had our best opportunity to go to the Super Bowl this year, especially with no Mahomes this time. We beat ourselves in overtime. Absolutely. We beat ourselves in the game a lot. Like a lot of turnovers, a lot of just stupid, stupid decision making by the coach to go for it before the first half to try to put some points up on the board with 15 seconds, no timeouts. Why? You're right. We don't have this electric offense to drive it down the field, right? Like going to halftime, you're down 17-10, regroup. We're having the ball in the second half anyways, right? To start the second half. It didn't make any sense to try to do anything there. And of course, Allen got a little bit clumsy with the ball, careless with the ball, and they got an extra 3 points out of it. It was a crazy momentum swing. I mean, it was crazy. And then, of course, we come out of the second half, we fumble right away. Free blitzer. I think Shakir was supposed to block a little bit longer on that one. And he got out of there too quick, and Josh just got destroyed on that one. And it is what it is. I mean, you got to tip your cap to the defense as well of Denver. But yeah, like I said earlier in the podcast, if we're going to be real, like real here, this wasn't our best team ever to go into the playoffs. This is probably one of our worst. I would say 2019 was our worst, right? Josh's second year. But I would say that this is probably our second worst team going into the playoffs. We were clunky all year. We had wide receiver issues all year long. We were trailing, and we trailed in 8 games this season, which is unacceptable, right? You're not going to win a lot of games that way, and we didn't. We actually trailed 9 times if you count the playoffs with Denver. We are 4-5. So yeah, like you're just not going to win many games playing that way. So this wasn't a great team going into the playoffs. I think a lot of people missed that, right? And it's funny, if you go back to the regular season when we were going through our struggles, losing to bad teams like the Falcons, like the Dolphins, you had people talking about why this team is not playing good football, why this team passing offense is pretty damn bad. And then all of a sudden we get into the playoffs, and all of a sudden everyone's expectations, just because the Chiefs aren't in there, is, the Bills, for sure, this is the easy Super Bowl. This should be an easy route, an easy easy road to the Super Bowl. And the fact is, it wasn't, because this wasn't a great Buffalo Bills team. And the teams we were playing had better rosters than us. Let's be real. Jacksonville Jaguars were a better team. They had the better record for a reason. They had home field advantage for a reason. Matter of fact, a lot of people picked Jacksonville to beat us, right? But because we had the better quarterback that day, we won the game, right? And we also didn't have any mistakes. Well, we played Denver once again on the road against the number one seed for a reason. We had turnovers. We also were down at the half, right? Both those things against Jacksonville, we didn't have happen. We were up at the half against Jacksonville. We didn't have any turnovers in Jacksonville. Like, we played pretty clean football. And we didn't against Denver. And that's a recipe for disaster. And that's exactly what happened. And this team wasn't good enough to bounce back from that. And that's just a fact. We didn't have a lot of great talent on this team. And I think people overlook that. They just look at Josh Allen as being the Superman all the time, and could beat anybody, any team, doesn't matter. who's on the roster. It doesn't matter what help he has. He should be able to do everything on his own. And, it's crazy talk. Football doesn't work that way. Pro sports doesn't work that way. All right. You need teammates. You need good coaching, right? I look at the big picture, guys. I don't like just pinpoint to one guy, right? I think it's very unfair, especially the one. And then if you're going to pinpoint at one guy, you're going to pinpoint at the guy that gets you to the playoffs every year, is the reason why your team pretty much gets to the playoffs every year. You're going to point at him as being the problem? Like, guys, come on, man. Like, let's be real here. You know what I mean? Jesus Christ, he's the last guy you should be pointing at as the problem. But, fan how you want to fan. We played badly, but we still had a chance in overtime. And I'm sorry, Cooks caught that ball and was down by contact. I agree. He survived the ground, but the DB ripped the ball out. And yeah, I'm with you, and I agree. Go back to the Xavier Worthy play of last year. It was the same exact play, and they called it a catch. What's the difference? Matter of fact, Worthy put the ball on the ground, and the referees called it a catch. Right? Both players were fighting for the ball. Cole Bishop, Xavier Worthy. Ball actually hit the ground first, and they called it a catch. Like, so what is going on here? They just don't get it right. The referees do a terrible job. For me, he was down. He had possession when his knee hit. He had possession when the player initially landed on top of him before they rolled. I don't understand how they can call that they can call that interception. For me, he had possession. You look at all the still shots in that frame by frame by frame. He had initial possession when his knee hit. He had possession when they both landed. And when then they rolled is when the defender ripped the ball away. For me, he was down by contact. But it doesn't matter. It's over with, right? All right, 3rd and 7. First down, New England. That's a big first down. This is it, guys. I don't know if time is ticking away for the Texans, folks. Josh did not play a good game. He didn't. You're right, for his standards, but he still gives us a chance to win at the end and in overtime, which all you can ask for exactly in the receiver choke. And a lot of people missed that point too, Teddy. And I continue to say that. For as bad as he he had moments where Josh Allen actually played pretty good football in that game, but he had moments where he actually played bad. But at the end of the day, we had an opportunity still to win that game. And he put it right in the hands of his receivers who dropped the ball. Let's face the facts here. And then, of course, sprinkle in some bad calls by the refs. And it's just, that's the outcome of the game, right? You know what I mean? So, once again, it happens. I'm not surprised, to be honest with you guys. I also went into this playoffs knowing this wasn't our best team, knowing that a playoff loss could happen. Like I wasn't one of those fans where I'm like, oh yeah, we're gonna this is the year, baby. This is Super Bowl. Like I wasn't that confident. I thought we could get there. There was an opportunity, of course, as long as you got Josh Allen. I felt like every game, whatever round we got to was, no matter who we play, was going to be a close game. Let's say we went on and we beat the Broncos. Let's say hypothetically, and we get to the AFC Championship. We're going to play New England. That game would have been down to the wire. Like I promise you guys. Like that was the kind of team we had. We fought right to the very end. You know what I mean? But we also weren't a great team, right? We didn't have a lot of great players, right? Like we just had a lot of guys that fought and didn't stop. I changed the channel. I can't take the pain. 3rd and 8. May going deep. Incomplete. No flag. It's 4th down coming up. I'm not sure if there's going to field goal here. They'll probably punt it because of the weather. I don't know where are they at. Oh, yeah. They're in midfield. So punt coming up for the Patriots, but time is really running out on Houston. I mean, Houston has to, with 5 and change, I think there is. They got to score like Yeah, 5:54. They got to score quickly. I would say 2 minutes. Somewhere around there. And at this point, it needs to be a touchdown, obviously. You can't even, I said earlier when there was about, 12 minutes left, a field goal will be whatever. You want to take some kind of points, but here you're down 12. Field goal is not going to cut it with the time you got remaining. So 5:48 here for Houston. You got to take some shots downfield. You got to play with some urgency here. You got to take some chances. I mean, look, you already got 4 interceptions already. I mean, you're down 12 with 5 minutes to go, basically. For me, I'm taking shots downfield. You know what I mean? You're gonna have to. So let's see what they do here. Stroud back to throw. Another bad throw by Stroud. Stroud's playing terrible, man. They would have beat the Pats. Who knows? I don't know. It would have came down to the wire. I promise you guys. It would have came down to the very end. It would have played out like it played out the first 2 games. I mean, both games were down to the wire. Let's be real. The first time the Patriots beat us in Buffalo, it came down to a last drive by Drake May, and it was a really good drive by Drake May, and they beat us. The second game came down to the Buffalo Bills being a better second half team than the New England Patriots, and the Bills stormed back and got that win. So I would have expected the kind of same back and forth game, and it would have been a toss up. Honestly, who knows? But we're not in that. We're not there. We're unfortunately we choked. We did a poor job. 5 minutes to go. Once again, Houston just taking their time. I don't get this. Let's go. What are you fucking doing? All right, here we go. So they're going to the line now. Stroud and shotgun. Stroud back to throw. You got to get rid of it. Jesus Christ. It drives me nuts. And this is not even my teams. It just I love football, guys. It just drives me crazy when I'm seeing teams down like this, having no urgency, quarterbacks holding the ball this long, offensive coordinators not getting the play in time, play clock's going down, like I saw in the Green Bay game, all unacceptable stuff, man, especially when you're trailing. You got to play up tempo here. You got to listen. There's 5 minutes to go. You're down 12 points. You got to take some chances here. Look at this, broken up. Christian Gonzalez is a beast, by the way, guys. He's a real deal, man. He's a hell of a cornerback, man. Stroud is the same player. Yeah, exactly. And honestly, I think he's regressed, bro. I think Stroud's regressed. The one thing about at least what's his name? Herbert. He hasn't regressed, but he hasn't gotten better either. He's just kind of towed that line of being a good quarterback. But I think Stroud's actually regressed, man. And it's not like they don't have talent there, guys. They had Nico Collins, Tank Dell. I know Tank's not here on the team now, but yeah, I mean, you have talent. Stroud just took a sack. My God. Stroud just holding the ball. You're just not gonna win games like that, man. You gotta get rid of the ball, man. 4 minutes, 33 seconds left. It looks like, yeah, they're gonna go ahead and punt the ball. 4th and 18. What are you doing? Why are you? I mean, I know it's 4th. I know you're on your own 25, but you got 4 minutes left, bro. Wow, what a I like their coach, but I got to be honest with you, that's a bad decision there. I mean, what do you got to lose here now? You're 4 minutes to go. I guess, man. I don't like it. I don't like it. I mean, we'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the defense comes up huge here, but I don't like that call. Christian Giles, yeah, Christian Giles is nice, yeah. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I was kind of, I was like, yeah, he looks like the real deal his rookie year. I was like, okay. But he just has not done anything since. Did Stroud already get his money? What happened to him? I don't think so. I think he's still on his rookie deal. I could be wrong, but I don't. Did he get paid? Let me see here. Did CJ Stroud? Stroud. I don't think he got paid. Did he? Let me see here. Oh man, good run by New England. CJ Stroud is on a 4-year rookie contract still, valued at 36.3. And he got a 23.38 signing bonus. So he got a huge signing bonus as a rookie deal, but he hasn't got a deal. They haven't extended him yet. So, and that is a conversation that they're going to have in Houston when his rookie deal is coming up. I would not pay him. So, I mean, yeah, he got paid for a rookie, but he hasn't gotten that next, he hasn't gotten the extension yet after his rookie deal. So, I'm actually getting sick watching this. Oh my God. Hey, bro. Hey, me and you both, bro. Me and you both, man. It's hard to watch. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I do this podcast thing since 2020, and I have to do this. I do this shit every season, and I do the watch parties for, obviously the games after the Super Bowls and. Yeah, it sucks. It sucks when your team can't get the job done. It sucks when your team can't even get there. Like it's devastating. It's even more devastating when you see a team like New England, who just got a coach there, right? A young quarterback, second year, turn the team around just like that, right? And it's probably getting them to a Super Bowl in his first year as a head coach in New England. I mean, for just like that, it kind of tells you everything you need to know about what's happened in Buffalo under Sean McDermott, right? You let this guy come here, run your division in year one. Already took over the division. It's just not. It's craziness to me. It's craziness that our ownership still feels like McDermott is the guy, right? He's the guy. He's the answer. He's the guy that could take us to the promised land. He's not, guys. He's not. Like I keep telling you guys this. You guys didn't. A lot of you guys fought me on this for years and years and years. And I remember saying to everybody, okay, you know what? What year then? How many more years then, would it take for you to finally go, we need to move on from Sean McDermott, right? And that I've been saying this since I've been bringing up the fact that the Bills need to move on from Sean McDermott. And I said, I think at the time, I think I was like year 8. No, year 7, year 8, year 9, year 10, year 11. Like, when are you as a fan going, all right, you know what? Like, yeah, all right, he's not going to get the job done. And you know what? I never got an answer. I never got a real, true answer, right? They'd always kind of, find their way around the question, right? And I think now a lot of fans are getting on board with, okay, we're going now into year 10 with Sean McDermott. We're getting the same results. I think it's time, right? So a lot of those fans that were on McDermott's side are now kind of leaning towards, yeah, maybe he isn't the guy. And I don't want to be that guy to say, hey, I told you so, I told you. And I also don't want to be a negative Bills fan. That's not what I do here. Like, I this channel, guys, I tell you all the time, I'm down the middle with everything. I try my best to step back and look at everything, look at the big picture and go, okay, if we, maybe if we have this, or maybe this could be fixed, or, why is the reason why, McDermott isn't succeeding? Why is it, why is Allen, performing this way? Or why is the offense, always seem to be, stuck in the mud at times? Why is the defense constantly, giving up third and longs? Why can't the defense ever get home on a pressure to the quarterback? Why can't they complete a sack? Right? Like, you can't just go and be like, oh, we suck. This guy sucks. That guy can't make a sack. That guy can't make the throw. This guy can't make the catch. There's a reason for everything. I try my best to evaluate. I try my best to go, okay, is it all about the receivers? Do they just suck that bad? Or is it that, hey, maybe they're just average to good, and the coordinator also is to blame because he's not scheming things up for these guys. He's not understanding player strengths and going, okay, what can I do with Curtis Samuel? What can I do with Josh Palmer? What makes this guy special? What's his strengths? Okay, what can I do with KJ Hamler? He's 4.3 speed, right? Can I use him like Isaiah McKenzie? Can I put him in some jet sweeps? Can I put him in pop passes? Right? No, let's just cut him, right? What can I do with Elijah Moore, who also has 4.3 speed? Okay, let's do this. Let's do nothing with him. Let's just throw some, a screen pass to him here and there, right? So he was, that's why I go back to Brady as being partly to blame for why this receiving room was so bad. But then you also got to go, okay, the receivers are at fault too, right? Can't catch, listen, Brady's not out there catching the ball. These guys got to come down with catches, right? These guys aren't, he's not running their routes. These guys got to win their routes. So, for me, that's why I kind of try to look at the big picture and try to evaluate everything, right? As a whole, not just that guy's wrong. That guy sucks. He's bad. He sucks. He got to go. Like, there's a reason for everything. But of course, in time, yes, you do have to eventually go, okay, we need to move on from that guy. We need to cut that guy. Okay, this guy, yeah, I've seen enough. He's had plenty of opportunity to get better as a coach. He's had plenty of opportunity to get better as a player, right? Keon Coleman is year 2. He's regressed. For me, you move on. You got to move on. You got to, while the stove is a little bit warm because it's not hot anymore, get what you can for him. I don't care what it is. 6th-round pick, fine, go, bye. Right? Maybe Keon can go somewhere else, get his confidence back, and be a better player. But right now, right here, this place, he's not. Right? So that's how I see things. That's how I try to, make this podcast just down the line, down the middle. Right? I really try not to just pick on one individual. I know I'm a little bit tough on when it comes to McDermott, but I think McDermott, I'm tougher on him because I think, one, he's our head coach. He is the leader of this team. Plain and simple. He's the guy that's running this team out on the field. He's the guy that the players look up to. He's the guy that is scheming things up. He's the guy that's building the coaching staff. He's the guy, right? And when your coach fails you year after year, especially in big moments, I'm going to start pointing the finger more and more at you. And I think it's time for him to go, and I think it's been time for him to go. So I think that's why I'm a little bit more, tougher on him than I am tougher on Brandon Beane or players, right? But yeah, we won AFC East 6 straight seasons and no Super Bowl, and New England got, so I think it was 5 straight seasons. So 5 straight seasons, and look at this, New England's already going to go to Super Bowl. By the way, congratulations to New England. I called it last season. I told people they were doing things the right way. I thought they were rebuilding the smart way. I thought they were going to be a 9-win team this year. I did think they were going to be in second place. I didn't see this big of a jump, but I loved when they got Vrabel. I thought that was a huge, signing for them. For giving them that coach. McDaniels coming back was big time for them. And look what they did year 1, man. And that kind of shows you how important coaching is and how important your coaching staff is. Even their coach for Houston, he did a good job, man. But they got to retool their offense. Their offense stinks. They got a real big question when it comes to CJ Stroud. If I'm Houston, as GM and head coach, I'm really, look at this guy wide open. He misses him. I'm really considering moving on from Stroud. I really am. You have to. You cannot have an elite defense like this with a bad offense. Their offense absolutely let them down this game. Their defense did enough, in my opinion, for Houston to be able to win this game. And the Houston offense absolutely shit the bed. And really it was a lot to do with Stroud in this game. A lot, because the difference was in our game and this game. is their players, when they stepped up, at least, right? Our players didn't. Like, our players were dropping balls like crazy, right? CJ Stroud, like, he's not even coming close to these guys. 4 interceptions. That's wild, right? And I've been watching the game with you guys. He's way off. Way off. Like, Allen was, wasn't that bad, right? This is bad, right? This is a lot to do with Stroud this game than the total offense. 4th and 4. New England calls a timeout. 1 minute 9. Obviously, this game's over, folks. But, yep. Fan until 2 years ago. Okay. I guess now that the Bills are eliminated, Haley can go to Mile High and cheer for the Broncos. Yeah. Yeah, man. Let's see. Bullshit Tommy. Time to call a spade for a spade. Yeah, dude, I've been saying it. Look, I'm not bullshitting anyone. Anyone that knows me knows I've been saying this for years. I've made videos. Go check my page. I mean, I've been telling you guys McDermott needs to be fired for years. But unfortunately, I don't control that. My voice doesn't mean shit when it comes to, what I care about or what you care about, what anyone cares about, right? Terry Bagul is not going to do it because fans are like, hey, you got to make that. Wow, great catch. Nope, no catch. He dropped it. Game over. Patriots win. Patriots are going to the AFC Championship game, more likely the Super Bowl. Congratulations to Pats fans out there. Honestly, that was a very good season for you guys so far. It's been what a turnaround. Pagulas need to go to. Yeah, I honestly, Terry Pagula is a business guy. That's all he cares about is business. He doesn't know the football side of things. Wow, that should have been a catch. He just great defense by the great defense. 6 straight seasons. Was it 6? Jeez, okay. Look at me. I'm not even. We won since. No problem. Well, we won the division in 2020, right? So 2020, 2020, 22, 3, 24. No, 5. We didn't win it this season. We won it 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024. And in 2025, this season, we didn't win the division. We won it 5 straight seasons. 2019, we didn't win the division. We won the division in 2020. So it's 5 straight years, which I thought. I knew it was 5. I don't know why someone says 6. Allen makes great plays at the end. That's terrible. Texas quarterback stinks all around. Exactly. That was a shit performance by Stroud. But hey, congrats to the Patriots, man. They did their job. They move on to the AFC Championship game, unlike the Buffalo Bills, which really, really sucks because it would have been a really fun AFC Championship game. And unfortunately, I think right now you're going to get a pretty bad one because I don't think Denver has a shot with Stidham. I could be wrong, but I think fans would have much rather saw a Bills versus Patriots championship game. I'll be honest with you. But that's not what they're going to get, and it is what it is. Ravens fans for life. What's going on, brother? Drake may do Super Bowl before Lamar and Allen. Sorry to say he's the best in the AFC now. I wouldn't put him there yet. That's a little bit jumping the gun. But I would say this about Drake May. They got themselves a very, very good quarterback. Very young. He's their franchise quarterback already. I have no doubt that he's going to continue to get better. And can he get where Allen is and Lamar and Mahomes as far as that category of tier 1 quarterbacks? I think you got to be that good for more than one season. Like, he was good last year, but he wasn't this good, right? If he comes back next year and he's on the same level of where he's at now or even better, I would think it's safe to say that you could start putting him in that category of great quarterbacks or top tier 1 quarterbacks. Right now, I would say it's a little bit too early. I wouldn't put him there quite yet. But he's special. He for a young kid to do what he's doing in year 2 and potentially go to a Super Bowl, which is looking like it, and that would just be wild to me. Tells you everything you need to know about him. Tells you everything you need to know about Vrabel and McDaniels. because, you have to also have the right coaching staff around a quarterback like that to build him up. You also have to surround him with players that are going to help him. You know what I mean? Stephon Diggs was a great addition, right? So they're building around this young quarterback. I felt like the Bills have never truly tried to build around Josh Allen. They tried in the beginning. I guess I'll take that back. They did in the beginning when they went out and got Cole Beasley, John Brown, and then obviously Stephon Diggs in the trade in 2020. But since the Diggs trade, they haven't really concentrated on the offense. They shifted away from the offense, and they shifted right back to the defense. And they've kind of been on that defensive, trying to fix the defense year after year after year after year after year. And it's really done harm to Josh Allen. And that's what you're seeing, in my opinion. But what's this? No, I meant the last time we went. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. So, yeah, congratulations, man. We are so deep into Allen's prime, we can't afford to start from scratch with personnel for 2 years. So I think we might be stuck for the 1 year patch-up signings. Well, we're going to have money. They're going to clear up about 54. So I don't think it's going to be – I don't think next year we'll have – I think they're going to wind up fine. I hope. Look, I don't know. I'm not the fucking guy in charge. But I hope they got the clue of over the last 2 seasons, and they have to. You can't go into another season with these type of players, especially on offense. I hope they learned a valuable lesson this year. I really do, because I thought they were going to learn it last year. The year that, when they went out and traded for Amari Cooper when the offense wasn't very good, right? But they didn't. They thought by signing Josh Palmer, who was the third option in LA, would be good enough, and it wasn't good enough. Matter of fact, it was worse. The guy played terrible. Got hurt. Even when he was healthy, he just was a no-show. So, Comedian Mo Brown, the Patriots got to play their former draft pick. Shake my hand. This shit is set up. Oh man, Foles took Brady to work. Remember, just came back to check on Buffalo fans. Listen, man, I appreciate you coming back to check on us. We'll be all right, bro. It's funny. Look, man, I don't know if you're trolling me or not, but we're look. I'm used to it, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know about everyone in the chat. Dude, that game yesterday ain't gonna break me, bro. I've been through way worse, bro. I watched Wide Right? You know what I mean? I watched us lose 4 straight Super Bowls, right? Wide Right, then 3 more Super Bowls after that. The Music City Miracle, the 13 seconds. Dude, this team can't break me no more. All I could do is come on here and talk about it and evaluate it and say what we need to do to get better and hopefully and pray to God that this team can figure it out one day. That's all we could do as fans. But yeah, you coming in here talking shit or whatever, it's not going to really, and I don't know if that's your intention. I don't want to speak too soon, but it's not going to get, not going to get under my skin, bro. This is nothing new. And I hope one day my team can figure it out. I do, man. And, it's funny. I'm a fan of the Pistons. I'm a fan of the Tigers. And both those teams, it's funny because I started watching the Pistons in 1992. So they had one in 89 and 90. I think I started watching 91, but I was kind of watching. So I didn't get to really experience the championships, right? The back-to-back, right? Isaiah Thomas, Joe Dumars, Bill Laimbeer, Dennis Rodman, that team, right? John Sally, I know of them, of course, because once you're a diehard fan, you start, you're, as a fan, you should know your history of your team, right? I always tell people that, even if you're a young fan, know your history, right? Of whatever team you follow, you should know your history, right? You should know your former players. That's what, you should. So anyways, I knew them, and obviously they were still on the roster when I started watching, but they were the older versions, right? And I remember as Isaiah retired, and then Dumars retired. He was the last one left. He was so old. And our team was so bad by the mid-90s. And, dude, the one thing about me is I don't jump ship, man. I stay put. I'm a loyal fan. Because I know the feeling's going to be so great when we finally turn it around. And the Pistons were so bad, guys, for so long. I mean, for fucking years. Like, I was in misery. Like, we were winning like 15, 20 games. Like, it was bad. Our drafting was bad. Like, everything. Our coaching was bad. It's kind of like the Bills' drought years, right? It was similar. And just, we couldn't get any talent here. Then we finally get Grant Hill, and he fucking breaks his ankle, and he's no good anymore. And then we get Joe Dumars back as GM. And he changes everything. He makes trades. He trades Grant Hill for Ben Wallace, who is obviously Hall of Fame, one of the best defenders I've ever seen, especially for his size, right? And he starts building this team of guys, that were former first-round picks like Chauncey Billups, who, kind of never really get it together, right? Rip Hamilton, and then drafted Tayshaun Prince. Then got Rasheed Wallace, and just started building this team, slowly building this roster, and and eventually we're just winning and winning now. And as a fan, you're like, oh my God, I watched this team for years just be terrible, and it felt so great. And then, guys, the feeling I had in 2002 when we won the NBA championship, it felt so great. Like, you guys don't understand. It felt so great that the Pistons finally won, right? I'm sorry, 2004. I apologize. 2004. I don't know why I said 2002. Because I'm thinking of my Buffalo Bills, 2002 Buffalo Bills. Drew Bledsoe, Eric Maltz. So 2004, it felt so great. But 2002 is where we started turning it around. We had Rick Carlisle as our coach. And he started, he wasn't bad, but he was young at the time. And then in 2004, we fired Carlisle and we hired Larry Brown. And that's when we got to a championship, 2004. And that team was so good, guys. It was so fun to watch. Defensively, you'll never see another NBA team built like that. And it was great. And it just felt so awesome as a fan to finally get there and win, right? Because I never experienced it. Now my team had won in 89-90, but I didn't experience it. So it felt so great to be on that ride with them, right? For all those shitty seasons, to experience a world championship. It was awesome, right? And then, of course, we went 6 straight years to the conference finals. We went back-to-back in the championship. We lost in 2005 in Game 7, but we were a good team for a while, and then got bad again. But my point being is that the Buffalo Bills, I will never jump ship. I will continue to ride this wave. And if the Buffalo Bills ever win a Super Bowl, it's going to feel so great, right? It will, because I'll know I was there along the ride. I was there with the Super Bowl losses. I was there with the drought years. I was there through the McDermott years, because I don't think McDermott's going to win it here, guys. I just don't. I just hope we win it with Allen. I do. But point being, man, if you love a team, you ride with your team. You can hate what happened. You can be upset with what happened. But you stick with your team, man, right? That's your team. That's it. And that's my point, man. That's all I'm going to say on that, man. So Smoke Brown was underrated. And dude, that was a good team. But congrats, Pats playing. This is why you champions, because you have a right owner who, yeah, absolutely. And the owner knew what he was doing. All right, guys, I'm out of here, man. It's been fun, dude. I appreciate you guys rocking with me. This was kind of I know this was a watch party for the Patriots Texans game, which we did, and we also got to express our feelings the day after a brutal loss to the Denver Broncos in the divisional round. I will be back tomorrow with Dan Mitchell, more than likely at 10:30 a.m. on his channel. I'm sure you guys know who that is, Dan Mitchell, and I'm sure we're going to have a little bit of back and forth conversation when it comes to Josh Allen. He feels a certain way. I feel a certain way. So that should be interesting talk for sure. And I believe I'll be on his channel all year long in the offseason as well on Monday. So there's going to be a lot of off-season talk with Dan, which will be fun. Obviously, guys, I'll be here on my own channel. I'm going to try to be on a little bit more in the off-season this year with you guys, just bullshit and talking, whatever. You guys know me. It's not always about football here, too. We can talk about whatever for the most part. You know what I mean? So let's have fun. Let's kick it this offseason. If you guys want to kick it with me, you guys know where to come, right? You know where to go. Mafia Sports Report, right? Hit the notification bell, subscribe, hit the like button, all that good shit. That helps me out with the algorithm as well, man. So last comment, but if you guys make it to the Super Bowl, it's going to be no walk in the park because you're going to be going against a really good Rams team or a Seahawks team. Are you talking about the Patriots? Yeah. That isn't, and that's an accurate statement. The NFC... they have some legit teams left there with the Rams and the Seahawks. I don't think the Bears are going to beat the Rams, in my opinion. So I think you're going to see a Rams-Seahawks conference championship, and that's going to be a tough battle in a Super Bowl. But we'll see. That Denver team is not the Eagles team. Time to clean the house and drag Brandon Beane out. For me, it's not. Look, if you're gonna clean house, make sure McDermott goes to Brandon Beane too. Just saying. So true, Tommy. Tommy, will you ever do a call-in show? What's a call-in show? Oh, call-in show or Colin show? Let me know what you're talking about. Because if there's a guy named Colin. Let me know, man. But if you're talking about a call-in show, okay, here we go. Do we ever do call-in show? I gotta talk to Dan and figure out how he makes it audio only. Because I tried before and it was like video, and I don't necessarily, not that I dispose of it, but the problem is, I could cut somebody's audio, but if somebody comes on video and does something stupid, I'm getting a little bit in trouble on YouTube. You know what I mean? So now YouTube rules wise, as far as audio goes, I could say fuck and shit and curse like that. They've changed their policy when it comes to that. But with visual stuff, you gotta be real careful, especially with people you don't know. No offense to you. I'm just saying in general. So I got to figure out how to make it audio only. So yeah, I'll make that work out, and I'll have probably a show this off season once I figure that out, and we'll have like a call-in show for sure. So anyways, guys, I'm out of here. I've been on here 3 hours and 41 minutes. It's been a good time, man. I had a great time with you guys. I'll be on tomorrow, like I said, Dan Mitchell show, 10:30 on his network, and then also 10 p.m. here, Monday Night Uncensored with me and Mikey. So, Bills Mafia, you guys rule. I love you guys. And as always, go Bills. I'm out of here. Peace.